the mic and all that, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, whatever. B3 GamingCast, episode 45. This is Janzer, your host. Wow, we're on a roll. We got warmed up. What are you laughing at? That was a good point. There was nothing wrong there.
Are we streaming?
Yeah, we've been streaming. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
For a little bit. We're just trying to get things right.
Oh, I wasn't watching.
Yeah. We always have a positive, perfect start, like usual.
Never.
We have the Count Chocula.
Hey, what's up?
And GamerTron, the GamerTron show.
Hey, hi, how you doing? Sorry, just got a blast of an ad in my ear. Thanks, Twitch, even though I muted it. Still turn the audio on.
You gotta mute the tab, dude. Go up to the tab, right-click on the tab, and hit mute tab. That solves all your problems.
I shouldn't have to, though. Twitch should be able to mute everything when I hit that mute button. I shouldn't have to mute the ads
Hey, you live in your dream world, and the rest of us will be doing the right thing. So
just get the Twitch Prime membership.
There you go. Amazon Prime.
You won't have to worry about Amazon Prime. You also get the TV streaming. You get the movie channel as well.
Nah, I don't watch movies or TV.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Fair enough.
All right. Fair enough.
I guess.
That's bullshit, but yeah, fair enough.
You don't watch movies or TV.
You don't watch Stranger Things season 2 coming?
Oh, we got a release date?
No, not yet. It's going to be a while.
It's tease me like that. Jesus.
Can I talk about Stranger Things for 1 second?
Sure.
Oh, sure, yeah.
You know the guy that plays the sheriff on Stranger Things?
Oh,
Yeah.
I know what you're going to say. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess he's in the running to be Cable in Deadpool 2.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes. And I want Ron Perlman, but anyway. I actually tweeted to Ron Perlman. I tweeted to Ron Perlman. Am I cutting out?
No, you're perfect.
Oh, okay. I'm perfect. Cool. Mm-hmm. I like to hear that.
Yeah. So that guy's just in the running, though.
Yeah, but supposedly he's like the name at the top of the list right now. Then.
Aw.
Yeah, I know.
It should be Ron Perlman. I agree.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, yeah, did you guys see that teaser trailer for Deadpool 2? Because Ryan Reynolds uploaded a video on his personal YouTube channel of it. It was amazing.
Nope.
I did see it. It was funny as hell. Even my
I gotta
wife
go check
was
it
laughing.
out.
Yeah, you got to check that out, Janzer. It's funny. You'll appreciate it.
I'm sure. The first movie was amazing.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, jeez. Oh, Deadpool.
This trailer's hilarious, dude. It's hilarious.
Yep. Never be Green Lantern again. Or any other superhero, in fact, ever. You suck at it. But Deadpool, perfect.
Mm-hmm.
I always thought that Ryan Reynolds would be good as like Wally West for The Flash. I always thought he'd be good at that.
I could kind of see that.
They turned Wally West into a black guy, though. So
I was going to say, where does that lie within all of the flashes that they have? They have shitloads of them.
Excuse me.
The speedsters, what do they call them? Speedsters?
Yeah,
I was like,
the
what?
Speed Force. Yeah.
No, one of them was like, speedster. I was like, speedster? What is this? I was like, I don't understand.
Yeah, that's their whole... You can't just be one singular superhero anymore. You have to belong to a core. You know, you have to be the Green Lantern core. You have to be the Flash, the Speedster core,
and then they have like
the Galaxy,
the multiverse, though, right? Then they have like the multiverse where like, and Marvel's the same way. They had like the council of Reeds or whatever.
Yeah, they've got
Reed Richards. It was like all of the Reed Richards from all the universes.
Oh, Jesus.
It's ridiculous, man. It's stupid.
I just uploaded a video to YouTube about comic books, and it's a little cringy video. It's me rambling on, but it's about a comic book from simpler times.
Mm-hmm.
Take me back. I wish I had a time machine. I go back to the late 70s. But
that reminds me, comics for me died when they killed Superman. I was like, all right, we're done. We're fucking done. Come on. You guys are clearly they're clearly out of ideas.
Yeah.
You know?
There's no originality in comic books anymore. Absolutely.
And it was a shitty story, by the way.
Yeah.
It was a really badly done story.
Yep.
It was so dumb.
I agree 100%. The writers nowadays for comic books, they're just creatively bankrupt. I mean, they have to like siphon off some shit from way back, you know, and then try to modify it to make it seem like it's their own idea.
Well, yeah, like even with that video game Injustice 2, They're bringing in a new character, but the new character is like such a long pool. Let me see if I can find it. Injustice 2 new character. It's like
I'm curious here.
His name is Dr. Fate.
Oh, Dr. Fate.
That's an old classic.
Exactly.
PC. Yeah.
It's like, what? Why not like something new? I don't know. They're just like, how do we be original when we can't? Let's.
Dr. Fate was, old Justice Society when Green Lantern wore a purple suit and had blonde hair. You remember that?
They should bring in Mr. Mixoplex or whatever.
Oh, they did have
That's
him
not
on
a real
Supergirl.
thing, is it?
It absolutely is. Are you kidding me?
Oh, my God.
Yes, it is.
Mixoplex.
Yeah, Mr. Mixpidalic is...
There you go. I don't know how to say his name.
No, you're right, Janzer. There's like two schools of
Jesus Christ.
that character. It's Mr. Mixoplex or Mr. Mixpidalic. And there's a big debate between comic nerds, and they almost come to fucking blows about this shit.
Man, I would love to see...
Really?
I would love to see a fight of comic nerds just...
I'd like to take two comic nerds and just strangle them both.
But that'd be easy,
Fucking geeky necks.
Is that a metaphor for something?
But anyway, speaking of Mr. Mixopedalic, he was on the current issue, the current show Supergirl that's on the whatever little
I thought that was
network.
A horrible show, though, right?
It is a horrible, cringy show, but they had some guy, and they made him look like, he didn't look like the little man, the little... Gilbert Godfrey did the voice of him in the animated.
Oh, that's awesome, actually.
Superman animated. It's perfect, but they made him some slick-looking, businessman-looking guy, and I'm like, oh, it's fucking cringy as hell. Like, just... Come on, weird. Man, they're stretching.
He's a shitty character, just... Make him shitty. Who didn't think he was a stupid? I was like, what is this stupidity? Get out of here.
Stupid.
And it's the dumbest character.
And how do you beat him, Janzer? How do you beat Mr. Mixopedalic?
I forget, because I know he's from isn't he from an alternate dimension or something like that?
34th dimension
so
or
he's
some
powerful because of that. I actually...
But what's
isn't
his
it something
weakness?
like...
How do you beat him?
Oh, come on. I should know this.
Come on.
I know. Isn't it something dumb like you have to say the right thing or...
Yes.
Yeah, you have to say...
You're on the right track.
God damn it. I don't remember what it is.
You have to make him say his name backwards.
There you go. Something stupid.
Yeah.
What? Look.
And of course, Supergirl tricked him into typing his name backwards on the keyboard. I'm like... Really?
But she's from an alternate dimension too, right? Supergirl, I think.
Krypton, yeah.
But that's the whole thing. Superman's the only Kryptonian. So the only way for her to come from Krypton is if she was from an alternate universe Krypton. I think that's how that's supposed to be. Well, that's what they said in The Death of Superman. Is that she's from an alternate... That's why she's there with Lex Luthor during that Death of Superman thing where Lex is like, Superman will handle it. No, whatever. He's not going to... Because everybody thinks he's going to get, kick ass, and he ended up getting killed. So.
Yeah, but they... In the 80s...
Look at GamerTron's face. He's like, my brain hurts. I don't understand any of this.
It's so hard to keep up with it anymore. It's almost not even worth it.
So who do you recommend? Are you going to be doing a series on comics or comic book like talking about DC as a company or something like that?
No, I don't. I'm doing Marvel.
You're doing Marvel?
Right. I'm just talking about old Marvel comics that I liked as a kid. And I kind of read through them just off the top of my head. I just kind of go through and stutter around and just kind of share my thoughts on, old comics. Here's what I suggest for comic book fans: build a time machine and go back to the 70s.
Well, see, I like the
solved.
I like the Iron Man Iron Wars. I was good. I was down with that.
Wait, what? Can we go back a bit? What?
Iron Wars. Yeah, that's right.
Oh, that sounds nice.
when Tony Stark's, they basically put the movie. One of the Iron Man movies was about that when they his technology got stolen. And they were using his technology, and he was basically using his different suits to go around the world and basically just destroy shit. One of them was a guy that had he had a nuke on his back. I can't remember what his name, but I think he was from Hammer. And the guy was in a suit and
Justin
had a nuke.
Hammer.
Yeah, the guy had the thing had a nuke on his back, and then I think one of them was like the Russian version of that suit and stuff like that. They had all kinds of shitty stuff out there that he had to go clean up on because somebody stole his tech. Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool. I know what you're talking about. I know what storyline you're talking about. I wasn't really reading comics at that time, but
yeah,
I kind of stopped after War Machine. They introduced War Machine into the Iron Man comics. But
yeah, I was like, there can't be another Iron Man, but he's not. It's War Machine.
He's a 15-year-old he's a 15-year-old black lesbian girl that has a nose ring now. So I mean, come on.
Oh, Riri or whatever.
Yeah, Riri.
Okay.
Williams.
So we can get into this now that I have some more information. Now, Marvel's doing it wrong and everybody knows they're doing it wrong, because instead of actually doing like with DC, how they're changing up characters, instead of doing like a full backstory and building up to it, they're just like, all right, there you go. That's the new Iron Man.
Here we go, and accept it.
They're doing nothing that the fans care about, want, or even polling them for information. DC, on the other hand, apparently is like, they were going one direction, and the fans were like,
it wasn't
fuck
working.
you. They're like, all right, Rebirth it is then.
Yeah. Well, DC rebooted their universe back in 2011 called the New 52, and it sold like hotcakes for about a month.
Right. But nobody liked that Superman.
About 3 or 4 months, it sold like hotcakes, and then it just went down the tubes. So
nobody liked that Superman, so they're like, what do we? Let's redo it. So now I've been doing some homework, man. I've been crunching. I've been crunching.
Marvel's writers they spend more time on Twitter hating everything Donald Trump says. So I mean, and the three main writers for Marvel, Nick Spencer, Dan Slott, and Mark Waid, they don't have a creative bone between them in their bodies. All they can do is like, they're all like 40, 50-year-old white guys. What the fuck do they know about 15-year-old lesbians?
Really? When I start getting into all of that Marvel stuff, when I started watching, like listening to some of it, the newer stuff, it seems like after Civil War, I don't understand what's going on. It's just so fractured and so many different storylines. And where's Logan? Where is he? Which is the right Logan? I don't even know. I can't even tell.
They killed off the X-Men. Now they're bringing the X-Men back.
Yeah, there was that thing where Scarlet Witch stripped everybody of 98% of their abilities, but then she didn't. And Legion did it as well, but then he didn't. And I'm like, oh God, stop!
It's just too much. The good news is Marvel has come out and said that we're stopping this nonsense. There's one more secret event, or one more big event called Secret Empire. Of course, they made Captain America a Nazi,
Well, okay, so I know about that now. He's like a Hydra, but this is an alternate. Somebody rewrote history is what the problem is. So that's the thing. He pretty much doesn't know any different. Like, he is that. As far as he's concerned. Yeah, I saw that whole thing between him and Iron Man or Tony Stark. Tony Stark's like, dying or whatever. That's why you have Riri out of nowhere. Yes. Yeah. So, and it's just, it's all garbage.
It's a fucking
all
mess,
garbage.
Man. Yeah.
You've got what's his, Amadeus Cho?
Amadeus Cho.
The Hulk guy. I read about that.
Korean Hulk. Yeah.
And people, they just threw him into there. They just threw him in there. So,
Well, they got the character from Spawn, Angela, Queen of Hell. They got that Spawn character. It got canceled after 9 issues because
they bought the character.
Why would Asgardians be talking about unsolicited opinions of Israel and feminism? Why would Asgardians even be talking about that shit?
Are you saying they bought that character from...
they got the rights from Spawn, Image
McFarlane?
Comics or whatever.
McFarlane,
Spawn,
right? Okay, see... That's the whole thing. People say, well, why don't they make their own comic? They did it, and it worked. It was super successful. It was Spawn. But where did Spawn fail? Like, it just kind of went out of my mind at some point, Because that HBO comic series that HBO animated series was fucking awesome.
That was amazing.
It was way the fuck ahead of its time. If they put it out now...
one of the best ever.
Because it was adult.
David Keith was...
Oh, no, Keith David.
Keith, what'd I say? David Keith?
Yeah, I thought it was David Keith too. Sorry.
Yeah. No, it's Keith. Yeah, you're right. There is an actor, David, I think, but Keith David. He did the
Peter David
voice.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
but
confused. I'm sorry.
that series, like, way ahead, I think. And I think the other problem is it was adult, and people weren't ready for like that level of adult animation.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, there was a scene in the strip club. There was, sex scene. There was gratuitous murder. Like, just, it was super violent. Great. You can watch it on YouTube now in full. Go check it out.
Now.
If you haven't, you really should. Yeah. It's awesome.
Oh, that is great. Yeah.
So what happened? Where did they fail? What happened to Spawn? It's McFarlane, right? Actually, he's such a loser.
They're making a new Spawn movie.
Where did that come from? Okay, now we're going to start insulting people we don't know. Okay.
Because he had everything and he dropped it somehow. Somehow he fucked up. Like, that movie was garbage. It was
that movie was garbage.
That probably destroyed Spawn, actually.
That was the start of the downfall. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it's coming back. He's making a new one.
I'm just scared.
Making a new one.
Anytime his name is attached to anything, I'm just scared that it's going to fail.
It's a little scary. Yeah, no doubt.
Yep. That's how bad it was, GamerTron. You don't know, man.
GamerTron, they're all saying GamerTron looks bored. GamerTron hates comic books. You have to understand an audience. So.
Jesus Christ.
He doesn't even know his own countryman, Alpha Flight.
Yeah, he doesn't even know Alpha Flight.
His own countryman. He doesn't even know them.
What?
I'm going to do a video on Alpha Flight comics. So.
There you go.
Oh.
See, he said what? He's like, huh?
Am I supposed to know what that is? What?
Never mind.
Okay.
I think he's a Puck fan, though. So anyway.
Who's Puck? What? Puck? Are we talking about hockey? Is this
I saw Puck was in that Old Man Logan thing where he was like the last guy on the spaceship or whatever, shuttle or whatever. Yeah. And Logan just like keeps passing through these different realities. I was like, what the fuck is going on with this comic? What is going on?
Crazy, man.
Stop, Marvel.
Crazy.
Stop yourself right now.
Stop it. They need to.
Yeah, because they're totally listening to our podcast and
they are.
Everything we say.
Marvel,
give us $1 million.
They are listening. And they're like cringing in their beds right now.
I wish they were listening.
They are.
But their sales, they're listening to their sales because, I mean, I have a website that shows all the sales like in the last 2 decades of comic books per year. Mm-hmm. Marvel used to have like a 54% share between all the other comic companies. That's Dark Horse, Image, DC, Dynamite. Yep. They're down to like a 41% share. That's and most of that's Star Wars now.
Oh, well.
Marvel has 2 books in the top 10, and one of them is Star Wars. That's crazy. That's insane. So
Here's the thing they could have done, and I was watching Graham play XCOM 2 on Twitch earlier, and I was like, you know what? Why don't they do this exact game, XCOM, how that works and all that, the turn-based, with the X-Men?
Well, that would be cool.
Exactly.
It'd be
really fucking amazing, man. Mm-hmm. With the X, it'd be so goddamn cool.
That would be fucking sweet.
There you go.
I don't know why they don't do. I don't know why they make crappy superhero video games.
I don't know. There were some not bad ones for like the PS2 back in the day. They were kind of like top down, and they were. They reminded me of like the same. Kind of like D&D, or not D&D. I think they were D&D or something like that. Kind of like fantasy type games that were like that, but I can't remember the names of them, but they were okay. Main thing is you could play a lot of different superheroes, and I'd have to go look up what the names were.
I like the games. Maximum Carnage on the NES.
Oh god,
I had that Maximum Carnage. That was pretty cool. Spider-Man game.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
But other than that, I just
anything
don't
NES
really play them. The Deadpool game's pretty cool. The last.
Oh yeah, the Deadpool game is a great game. It's a great game.
Yeah.
Oh, there's the Batman Arkham games. There's a
that's true.
There's also quite a few good Spider-Man games. There's actually a lot of good Spider-Man games out there.
Really?
I think there were a couple, like 1 or 2.
Spider-Man Web of Shadows, Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions.
We can't take your advice, Spider-Man. Though. Everything's good to you. That's the problem.
That's not true.
You were asking the other day, and I forgot to tell you, because no. Legitimately, you were asking, well, what is it? People think I'm too positive because you put everything at 11. That's the problem. When everything is at 11, we don't know what might be less than 11, So what's not as good as that? Everything's at 11. Everything is a Big Mac with cheese.
Like a 9.3.
Yeah, you need a 9. You need a 7. So that way, when you hit 11, people know it's really 11 versus like everything's 11. I don't even know.
You say that, but you don't listen to what I actually say. I can say something's good, but I'm not going into detail as to why it's good. It may have flaws in it, and there may be things better in it than others.
And that's the problem.
You want me to go into more detail?
No, we want you to use other words to describe stuff.
Hey, GamerTron.
All right,
not everything is great and amazing.
There are a variety of competent Spider-Man games.
Yeah, there's some that are okay, and there's one or two that are actually really good. There's a couple that are okay, and there's a lot that are horrible. Yeah.
What are some of these horrible ones you're talking about?
I don't have time for that right now.
Well, you're making.
I didn't prepare.
Well, then don't make that statement.
I can make the statement all I want. I can make it all I want because it's true, and gamers out there know it. It's easy. It's easy. You know?
Say it's true, but you have no evidence.
Evidence? What am I, at court? What the fuck are you talking about? Who the fuck, are you talking about? I mean, yeah, can I get Ozzy to sing the Perry Mason song for me?
God, don't. I hated that song. I'm a big Ozzy fan, and I hated that song.
I never understood it as a kid, and then when I finally put the one and one together, I thought it was fucking hilarious. I was like, Ozzy Osbourne is singing about Perry Mason? What the fuck world am I living in?
Who played him? Orson? Was that
Orson Welles? Yes, it was. I'm really fat.
He was in the original.
Give me a turkey.
Movie.
Yeah. I could eat a turkey whole.
I know this is probably going to trigger both of you, but who's Perry Mason?
Why would that trigger me? I don't care.
Yeah.
Okay.
I expect you to not know anything.
I don't expect. Yeah. You're a millennial. I don't expect.
Oh, that's a trigger. You want to get triggered? There you go. Oh yeah, see.
But hey, GamerTron.
Let's get triggered.
I wanted to ask GamerTron. So I have a request for you, GamerTron.
Oh.
I really want you to start making YouTube reviews for video games in the Angry Joe style with the green screen and the costumes and everything. I think that would be great, man. That would be awesome. But I mean, I just want to know what your review scores are going to be. I'm kind of curious on that.
I think numbers are stupid. I think that's a very petty way to look at games. I'd say I'd recommend it. I don't recommend it. I talk about what I like and dislike. I think slapping a number on a game does disservice to all
So don't do
hard
numbers.
Work. Exactly.
There you go. So you're going to do it then.
The letter grades.
No, not letters.
You can give it 5 oranges out of 3 apples, and people. You can make up whatever you want. The point is to do it. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be awesome, man.
Conan O'Brien does it. He can get away with it.
Yep.
What does he know about video games? Nothing.
Yeah, that's the whole basis of his.
I know.
Clueless Gamer.
Yeah, Clueless Gamer. And then they're making this series, but without him. That's hilarious. He's just the producer. Yeah.
Really?
Poor Conan.
Yeah. Well, he probably don't give a shit.
He doesn't
but
give
it's
a
his
shit.
production. He's going to make
games.
money off of it. Yeah. So
I find that bizarre. We're going to continue the show that was popularized by this one person in the show. Now that person's gone, but we'll continue the show that made the show popular.
Hey, well, he's a producer on it, so that's the important part.
You know what I really hate? Late night TV is that dude that does
Jimmy
the
Kimmel?
carpool.
Oh,
yeah. Well, the carpool karaoke.
Josh Brolin. No, that's a good actor.
James Corden or
James
whatever.
Cordon Bleu.
I
the guy.
fucking can't stand that dude.
I don't like him because he looks happy all the time. I want to punch his face.
It's just fake happiness.
It is exactly. That's that's the whole thing.
Yes.
I cannot stand that guy, man.
Yep, I agree.
It's like,
that's why I don't like Jimmy Fallon. Oh, I fucking hate that guy.
I can't stand Jimmy Fallon.
I hate him.
Okay. You can.
He is the worst. He's the worst. He's taking on the legacy of Johnny Carson. Get the fuck out of here.
Out of here.
Do you?
Bad. I mean, oof.
Not even.
I thought Jay Leno was bad, but
what?
Jay Leno hates life.
Treasure.
He hated doing what he was doing.
The biggest sellout.
Yep.
Bullshit. No, Jay Leno was awesome. Jay Leno was awesome. He made fun of everyone. He had no biases. He had great jokes. He loved cars.
You want to know who made fun of everyone that actually was awesome? Don Rickles. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
You don't know what you're talking about. He's the best.
Is amazing.
He's the king of roast. That's all it's
late night talk show host. If you're talking about comedians, then absolutely Don Rickles.
What do you think he was?
A comedian.
He was a comedian.
Yeah, he's a stand-up comedian.
Jesus. Come on, man.
We were
What am I
talking about late night talk show hosts. No,
Okay.
we were not. We had a very limited range. Now you're opening it up to all comedians.
Craig
so yes, if you
Ferguson.
bring him-
Craig Ferguson
Craig
was
Ferguson
20
is
times
amazing.
better than Jay Leno.
Yeah, I like Craig
that
Ferguson.
I have to
20
agree with
times
Craig.
better.
I
Yeah,
love.
'cause
He
He
would
actually
always get
doesn't give a
hot
shit.
chicks on his show.
Oh yeah,
And
He
flirt
does that
with them so
flirting.
hard. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, he
He's
does
a
the
hero.
flirting.
Craig
Yeah.
Craig Ferguson, like that was a man who did not give a fuck, and it was
Yeah.
beautiful. Like
Yeah.
he gave a fuck enough that you could tell, like, oh, he's having fun along with the audience, but he didn't give a fuck enough to like say whatever he wanted. It was
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
amazing.
Welcome to the B3 live late night
Anything
live
but
talk
video.
host show.
No.
Anything about other than games or comics where we talk about comedians and their careers.
Yeah, exactly.
Jeez,
if
that's
we
good
could-
stuff.
Yeah, real good. Can we please talk about games now?
What's your problem? Are you gonna pee your pants? Sure, go ahead, man.
wanna
Talk
talk about
talk
games.
about what you need to. Go ahead.
No, not what I need to. What Count needs to, because Count this whole week been playing.
Why are you
nonstop.
throwing it on other people?
Yeah,
you're
you wanna
crying
talk
for
about
it.
games.
Take the
Don't talk
wheel.
about games.
I want to. You guys
Take
talk
the
about
reins.
games. I
Don't
want
Don't
to.
push it off
I'll
on
talk
anyone
the
else.
reins. Fine, but I'll shut up
Jeez.
then.
No, take the reins. You got it. You're
Oh
you're on
my
the floor.
God, I wanted to. Oh Jesus!
Muting
Christ.
my
Okay.
mic.
Okay. Well, in recent news, new games got announced this week, including Middle-earth: Shadow of War, sequel to 2014's Shadow of Mordor. Did either of you play Shadow of Mordor?
I did not.
No.
Oh, so neither of you played Shadow of Mordor. Okay. Well, Shadow of Mordor was a great game, many people's game of the year in 2014, infamous for its Nemesis system, which Shadow of War is bringing back times 10. From what the CG trailer is showing off, because they've just released the CG trailer, and in a few days, what's the day? 4 days. In 4 days, they're going to upload a gameplay trailer and show off the actual gameplay of Shadow of War. But everything we've seen from the CG trailer, the game, just what they're teasing, it makes Shadow of War look very promising. Looks like a huge upgrade to Shadow of Mordor. They're promising bigger boss battles. Like, if you love Lord of the Rings, there's so much fan service. Just in the trailer alone, they're bringing back the Witch King, the Ring Wraiths, Balrogs, Cave Trolls, all that good Lord of the Rings stuff is coming in Shadow of War, and it's looking pretty awesome. And they've already released some gameplay details, no footage yet, but details. Unlike in Shadow of Mordor, you'll be able to take over and conquer fortresses. And there will be different statistic effects based on how you take over the fortress and how long you can keep the fortress, because other enemy forces will try to take those fortresses back. So this whole fortress system is a whole new thing to Shadow of War from Shadow of Mordor. On top of that, Balrogs, confirmed Balrog boss battle, dragon boss battle, multiple boss battles against the Ring Wraiths, and a proper final boss battle with Sauron, because the last game was a bit controversial. How they ended the game with just a quick time event and not a full-fledged boss battle. So, ton of new boss battles, the return of the Nemesis system, way more RNG, like customizable Uruks and Orcs that you'll be able to build up your army and fight against. Shadow of War is looking pretty wicked. They haven't revealed the gameplay yet, but everything they've shown from the CG trailer and the details they've given on the website, I loved Shadow of Mordor, so Shadow of War looks like to be Shadow of Mordor, but on steroids.
I took a drink every time you said shadow.
Are you dead yet?
I'm plastered. But what was the final boss battle in Shadow of Mordor? Was it Sauron?
It was Sauron, but
And why are you fighting Sauron again? You already killed him.
No, you didn't kill him. You didn't play the game, man. But the thing was, in the final boss battle against Sauron, it was just a quick time event. Where in every other boss battle was your standard boss battle, what you expect from a boss battle. Yet the final boss was a quick time event. They look to rectify that in Shadow of War by having big scaling boss battles. Like I said, they've already confirmed that there's going to be boss battles against a fucking dragon, a Balrog, Ring Wraiths. Have you guys been following anything having to do with Shadow of Mordor or Shadow of War? Is this the first you're hearing of it?
No, I heard about it. I didn't follow it, though.
Okay.
No, Your Honor.
Perry
Okay,
Mason
well, for anyone
approached
who's
the bench.
interested... for anyone who's interested in anyone who played Shadow of Mordor and is interested in the sequel got announced this week. Gameplay trailer coming out very soon, looking awesome, ton of new gameplay features. That is that. A bit more controversial news concerning upcoming video game sequels. Star Wars Battlefront 2, it's confirmed, it's coming out this year, 2017. And it's, of course, people are starting to board the hype train despite the disappointment the public had with Battlefront. I personally really liked Battlefront, but hey, that's me.
I like it.
Yeah, same here.
It's good for like 5 minutes, yeah.
Yeah. I have to agree with you a little bit, Janzer.
They even agreed with it. They said that the next one is going to have a lot more content.
Yes.
So they know.
They've
fucked
confirmed.
up.
Yeah, they've confirmed that, like, single player campaign, PvE, PvP, more maps, more customization, all that stuff. All that stuff's been confirmed, and they've teased at it. Unfortunately, a boycott has already started against Battlefront 2 because Blake Jorgensen, CEO of EA, accidentally opened his stupid mouth during a press meeting or a conference or something like that, and kind of admitted that there would be microtransactions in Star Wars Battlefront 2, very similar to their FIFA series. And those of you who don't play FIFA has very egregious, very expensive microtransactions that are pay to win. So they're saying that Battlefront 2's microtransactions are going to be comparable to FIFA, like FIFA. Immediately, a boycott is already starting against Battlefront 2, where people are not going to buy it if they don't get rid of the microtransactions. So thanks, EA, for fucking yourself in the ass with a perfectly good game that DICE is working on. Any thoughts, guys?
I think it's too early for Battlefront 2. I just don't feel it this year. You know what I mean? I think it's just too early for that game to come out. That's
it came out late 2015, so it's only been it's basically been just over a year since the last game.
It's been like 13 and a half months, 14 months tops. They did it coinciding The Force Awakens. Mm-hmm. I know the new movie comes out at the end of 2017, or is it 2018? I think it's 2018.
I'm pretty sure it's 17. They're aiming for December again, like last time.
I think it's called The Last Jedi.
That's
this year or is it next year? I can't remember.
No, it's this year. This year, The Last Jedi.
Yeah, that's what they're doing. I just don't. I'm not feeling Battlefront 2, man. I doubt if I'll get it.
What do you think of the microtransactions count?
If I'm not going to get it, I don't care. But I pay to win in what aspect? I think people play up the pay to win shit.
I agree.
A little too much, but still, I don't like it. I'm not a fan of it. So, if it's cosmetic shit, I don't care. Anything else, leave it out. I don't mind them selling like season passes or DLC. Just don't make it day one DLC.
Mm-hmm. But, what do you think of the boycott? Do you think people like
it's bullshit? I think it's bullshit. Yeah, people still buy it.
That's true. That's true. Jans, or any
as long as they can show it's improved from the first one, the people will buy it. There's too many fans out there.
Agreed. Janzer, any thoughts on any of this? Janzer?
No, I'm fine.
Janzer pleads the fifth.
So no thoughts on the boycotting microtransactions?
No.
Anything?
What do I care? The same old stupid garbage.
Right, exactly.
Count did a great job. Why do I want to try to add something to what he already said a great thing about? There's nothing for me to add there.
Okay.
I don't see Janzer. Janzer's not a Star Wars guy, I don't think.
I am, but it's... Look, you just dressed it up really nicely. Why am I going to throw mud on it? I don't have anything like... You said everything I needed to say, so what am I going to... You're good to go. Yeah. Good to go.
Perry Mason. Yeah.
Wait. So I was like, no, Your Honor.
I have no idea what I'm talking about.
I declined to state any... I plead the fifth. What? Microtransactions are scummy. We all know it. Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty scummy, but I mean, you don't have to buy into them either.
It's a case-by-case basis, honestly. That's I said that to somebody earlier.
Yeah,
They're like,
exactly.
microtransactions. I was like, it depends on the game. I'm not going to
depends
black
on
and
the
white
situation.
it.
Yeah.
Alrighty. In other gaming news, NieR Automata came out in Japan, and for consoles, Automata, damn it.
Automata?
I don't know. People say it both ways. Don't listen to me.
I've never heard of it.
So really, the new Platinum game, that's come out with the butthole thing, the butthole controversy.
Yeah,
don't
we
remember
talked
any of
about
that
Well,
count.
that's South Park.
The fractured butthole.
Yeah.
Not that game.
Okay. So
No, there was some controversy surrounding a game. People were trying to say, like, oh, this game has got a butthole that you can see in it, but it really didn't. It was just people uploading porn shots or whatever, you know. Just taking assets and doing stuff to it visually, and yeah, it's just dumb. It's just dumb.
Well, NieR Automata came out this week. It's going to be coming. Yeah. Going to be coming out for. It's going to be coming out for PC in about a week.
I think March 17th for PC.
Yes, exactly that.
We're last, I think. Consoles get it on the 7th or 10th, something like that.
Yes, exactly. Some people have already got early copies, and the reviews are coming in, and they are overwhelmingly positive. And one thing that many of the reviewers keep saying is that NieR may be Platinum's best game yet.
That's good.
Better than Bayonetta? Better than Revengeance?
It should be. If you're going forward, you should be getting better. That's all it's to it.
Oh.
Plus, they deserve a win after getting their fucking game destroyed by Microsoft.
Yeah, Scalebound. Yeah, that's such a shame. So it makes me, like, with all the positive reception NieR's getting, are you guys going to be picking it up?
Oh, that's Scalebound's developer.
Yeah, Platinum.
Okay, I didn't pick up on that. I'm sorry. Okay.
No worry.
No problem, man. Yeah, so, like, do these positive reviews make you want to get the game? Because I was like, oh, I'll maybe check the game out. Now I really want to get it because some of the stuff people are saying, like very fun gameplay, an actually surprisingly deep dynamic story, a lot of replayability.
Somebody said it was very fun gameplay. I'm on board. No, I don't give a shit what anybody says. No, why would I give a shit what anybody says?
I was just waiting for.
I'll watch the gameplay, and if it looks good to me, like, by the way, I do have to do a shout out here to a channel which I never do, very rarely outside of B3. Look up, and I'll put it in chat on YouTube. ValkyrieAurora. It's one name, ValkyrieAurora. If you want to get a catch up on this, she does she does the lore summary from Drakengard, which is the original. Like, I knew about Drakengard 3 and all that stuff, all the way up to NieR Automata. Now, to be fair, it's very Japanese, meaning it's ridiculously complex and stupid. Yeah. So, basically, like DC and Marvel's multi-universes, that's exactly what this storyline is like. It's got multiple branched endings and all that kind of garbage. Some of them go nowhere. Some of them are alternate universe. Only like A through D, like endings. D is like the only one that actually is the true storyline, timeline, garbage crap. It's Japanese as fuck, man. Yeah, it's just...
Oh, now you got me worried, man. Now I'm worried that a bunch of weebs reviewed the game. And
go listen to this. Go listen to this. Check her ValkyrieAurora out on YouTube. She's got an extremely soothing voice too. So it just
see. I think Janzer's in love.
Oh hell yeah! Why not? Right? Bang all the YouTubers. Woo! PewDiePie first. I gotta get that money. No, seriously. She does a good job of just kind of laying out the entire fucking timeline. Because I didn't know, and I was just like, I always listen to audio stuff, always. So Twitch, stop trying to give me notifications, you dumb bastard.
Oh, it did the same thing to me.
Same here.
It about made me close my damn window. Fucking, I pay you $10 a month, not for that shit.
Yeah, but that will catch you up on what the hell the hype is around NieR Automata. It's just ridiculous garbage. It's robots and clones and gods and people turning into salt. I was like, really? People turning into salt? All right. It's just dumb.
And now my anticipation for the game is just...
Cool.
Yeah, I want Scalebound.
Good.
I mean, some developer needs to pick up Scalebound.
Agreed. Damn it, that had so much potential.
Yeah.
I feel bad about that.
Microsoft is handing it off to another developer anyways, so I think.
Oh, really?
So,
cool.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't
know. I have to go look that up. It's a rumor bullshit, so we'll find out.
Yeah, but a lot of rumors are based,
Let me address
this. A lot of them
this.
are based in some sort of fact.
It's true. Let me address what Graham said. He said, turning into salt, that shit's biblical. Here's something that for people that are non-weeb, all right? Yes, that's correct. You know why? Because Japan looks at the Bible as like funny stories.
Yep.
Like comic book stuff. They're like, man, that is cool. Let's go make a dude like that. That's like, oh, Archangel, Michael the Archangel. Sure, we're gonna make him into like a cool character now, you know. So they love taking from the Bible and just like doing all the Lance of Longinus and all that shit. You know, they love it.
What's that show?
They're funny stories.
Evangelion?
Evangelion.
Yeah, that's the one. That show is filled to the brim with religious.
There's a lot of anime that take from all over. A lot of the times they take from the Bible though, because it's just the Bible is such a neat little book of stories, that are kind of like, wow, these are out there when you really start reading them. So, and the Japanese is like, this is silly stuff. Let's add them into. We can make some like it's like what we do with like Greek and Roman mythology.
Exactly.
And all of those came from Egyptian. So
yeah, exactly. Everybody sees it as like, I don't know what this is, but that sounds really cool. I'm gonna make that. So anyways.
So yeah, NieR pause the reception. I'm thinking of checking the game out. What else we got here? Oh, there was a new video on Mass Effect this week that showed off the exploration mechanics and the drivable vehicle you have. And it's exactly what I thought. They're taking their kind of like baseline from Dragon Age Inquisition and having these large, wide open levels, but they're not going full open world, like we talked about on an earlier podcast.
Right.
But there is some exploration. There's a ton of collectibles. There's over 100 planets. You can't like land on every single one of them, but at least a dozen of them. And all the other planets you can scan, and there's interesting bits of lore, and you can collect resources from them, like the previous Mass Effect game. So Andromeda, it's taking influence from Dragon Age Inquisition, but also like doing what the previous Mass Effect games do, and while making it kind of bigger. I was at first very, very skeptical of Andromeda, but the more gameplay videos they've shown, like just the more gameplay, the more mechanics, like everything, Andromeda is looking pretty damn good, and I'm starting to my skepticism is starting to wash away, and that leads me to another topic about Andromeda, another boycott. There is an increasing number of people that are going to be boycotting Mass Effect Andromeda. Granted, it's for a reason I can understand and kind of get behind. I'm not going to boycott the game because I don't associate one artist with the entire team, but there is one developer within BioWare who is confirmed. There's no denying this. Like, there's evidence. There's one developer who's blatantly racist. There's a developer in BioWare who's blatantly very racist. And a lot of people aren't going to buy the game because they don't want this developer to get money. Like, I can understand that, but why should the entire team of BioWare suffer because one employee is a racist douchebag?
So, GamerTron, do you want me to call you out on some of your hypocrisy or not?
Walt Disney was a fucking racist.
Yes.
How am I hypocritical?
Because in this case, you're going to buy a game where one person out of all the developers is clearly racist, right? But that's not going to stop you. But we were talking about Comic Book Explained. You said you don't sub to that guy because one video he did talked about PC Master Race people, and you didn't like how he was talking about it. I was like, but that's one video out of all the videos that he did talking about comics.
Uh-huh. This is a video game. Those are YouTube videos. I mean, I get where you're coming from with that, but
the concept is the same.
I never said I would never ever watch his videos ever.
I didn't say you did. I didn't say that. You told me that you were not subbed to him because he made that one video. And I'm like, but that's one video. Who gives a shit? That's an opinion video.
I wouldn't sub to him even if he didn't do that video.
Oh, now that's new though. You didn't say that the other day. You said specifically because of that PC Master Race video.
I'm very confused why you're even bringing this up in the first place.
Because it's hypocritical. That's why I said, do you want me to call you out on this or not? That's why I asked. So, because this is of a higher caliber. You're talking about I'm going to overlook this racist comment or this guy and buy the game. But one video this guy does about talking shit about PC Master Race people, I don't care about all the other quality content he's loaded up, I'm not going to sub to. He doesn't deserve my sub.
That's not what I said.
Yeah, you did say that you were not going to that you didn't subscribe to him because he made that one video about PC Master Race stuff.
And I wouldn't subscribe to him if he didn't do that either. Like, I
now
have
you're
no
adding
interest
that
in
in
comic books.
You're adding that in now. That's fair, but that's not what we talked about the other day.
Okay.
But let me get this straight.
Yeah.
About the Andromeda. I don't mean to cut you off, Janzer. But,
No, it's okay. It's just a silly offshoot.
Yeah, I understand. But so, what do you mean this guy is? There's evidence that this guy.
Yeah, we've talked. GamerTron's brought it up before.
He's a developer. I just don't. He's like, what is he, the artist in the game, or is he the community manager in the game? I mean,
he's a developer. All I know is that he is a developer. His role is not specified. Just like on his Twitter, it says developer on Mass Effect Andromeda. Something to do with design, I believe.
Okay,
but yeah, I'm
what racist thing did he do? Like anti-Semitic comment?
Oh, no, he hates white people. He absolutely despises white people. Talks about killing all the white people. That sort of thing. Like he hates white people.
But I thought they're always saying that only white people can be racist. Well, no, it's true. That's the stance that they take. So I don't get who is boycotting. I mean, who exactly is boycotting this? The white people, or
you actually also said an increasing amount. I was curious, what number? Kind of like you asked me about Spider-Man. Like, where are you getting that from? Like, out of curiosity, what's the number count?
Would you like me to source the YouTubers? There's a number of popular YouTubers.
Oh, just YouTubers? I don't give a shit about that.
Yeah,
they talk shit all the time.
Well, it's not just YouTubers. There's also
okay. So this is anecdotal. This is anecdotal information.
Yeah,
got it. That's cool.
Yeah.
All right. No, it's not fucking shit.
It's not. It's not.
There's also forums. There's also comments. Like, I don't know what else you want. Like, there is a boycott. People saying I'm not going to buy this because of.
I'm curious. Where is this boycott? Where is it at? Maybe online somewhere.
Does it need to be like a petition on change.org to be a boycott?
Well, there's got to be some fact to back it up. That's all.
So you want me to source the YouTube videos and the live streams?
We don't have to. Look, we are not. We've stated many times we are not a gaming news network, so you don't have to. I'm just giving you the opportunity because people would ask these things. That's all.
Okay, then people can message me and I'll give them the sources. I don't know. Do you
Fair
want
enough.
Because you're the one who's questioning me. No one else.
I'm asking a simple question. Is my question out of bounds here?
That's not what I said.
I didn't say that. That's what you said. I'm asking you. Is my question out of bounds?
No, it's not out of bounds. But
then I don't feel bad about asking.
So you do want the sources then?
No, not really.
Mom and dad fight. You know?
I'm just curious as to when somebody says an increasing number of I'm like, oh really? Wow. Where do I find out about this?
Okay, well I can give you the links if you want.
You do realize
tweet it to me.
Like Walt Disney was a well-known racist and anti-Semitic. I mean, he had open. I mean, are you going to boycott? I mean, are they going to boycott all Marvel movies? They're owned by Disney now.
Well, he's not. GamerTron's not boycotting. Mass
I know.
Effect.
I'm not talking about
GamerTron.
I'm just saying, are you in general? But I'm not talking about any specific person. But it's like the hypocrisy of Disney dropping PewDiePie or whatever however you say
Poopy Pie?
PewDiePie or whatever. But and when Walt Disney was a well-known racist and anti-Semitic, I mean, people are going to be people, man. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to not buy a video game just because I disagree with one person in their staff. I mean, there's probably 10 people I mean, if they had a Islamic, someone Islamic or Muslim in their development team that reads from the Quran that says everyone must die but us. That's basically what the Quran says. I'm not going to not buy the video game just because of that. I mean, people are going to be people,
That is a massive reduction of a historical book, and I don't back anything of what you just said there at all. But that is an interesting comparison. Yeah. Okay. I think we're...
Deny reality much, but I'm
not. I'm just saying my words were that's a massive reduction of a historical book. That's all. It's like that's like what Japan does with the Bible. Hey, those are really funny stories. Let's go take some stuff out of there and make them into cartoons.
Yeah.
So yeah. All right.
Muhammad into a cartoon, they'll behead you.
Well, yeah. Jesus Christ, we're gonna get it.
Okay, so you're both.
I'm glad we're all in
Mass
different
Effect
areas of
Yeah.
the country.
Yeah.
By the way, B3 is not located in Texas. It's located in California. California. They're the only place that would be liberal enough to hold a Canadian, a Texan, and someone from
Fucking bumfuck Indiana. Yeah. Anyway.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So you guys
this is the
are
best
gonna
cast we've ever done.
Oh my lord.
I don't
so
know
you
about
guys
that.
are going to be picking up. So you guys are going to be picking up Mass Effect Andromeda, yes?
Yeah, at some point.
At some point. I'm not going to get
Okay.
it like day one. I'm not that hyped for it.
Okay.
I mean,
well,
I'm
I
not
too
down with Hitler or anything, but I'll probably pick it up.
Yeah.
What?
Kill Whitey.
Is it the right or the left? I can't remember.
Oh my god.
It's not part of my history.
I don't know anymore.
Well, yeah. What I wanted to say is that
Jesus Christ.
He's all
I can
flustered.
understand the boycott from a certain perspective. Like, hey, one of the developers, like,
Fair,
they
yeah.
hate me because of my skin color. Why should I give this guy my money?
Is
'Cause
it
he will
really
get a
like
percentage of the money.
minorities now you're saying? Or I'm sure there's like some white people in there too.
But all of BioWare? What?
That you
were
said I'm going to boycott it because this one person hates me because of my skin color.
Yeah.
I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure there's some like non-minorities or some Caucasians in there that are boycotting it too.
Well, yeah, because the developer is racist against white people.
What? Okay, let's move on. You're making less sense by the minute.
Wait, how
let's
am I
move
making
on.
less how am I making less sense? How's
You
that
just
not
said he
making-
was a Nazi dude. Why would he be racist against
That's
white
not
people?
what I said at all.
No, he
That's
said he
not-
was. Yeah, he said he was racist against white people. From
Yeah,
the first
Count was
beginning.
listening.
Yeah.
Count was listening. That's what I said.
That's why I asked. I
Isn't
was
there
like,
another developer guy that's like a Nazi guy? I swear to God, that was
Yeah,
with
Sean
BioWare.
Murray. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm joking.
I don't know, but that's not what I was
Oh,
talking
shit.
about. Don't know where you got that from. That was out of nowhere. But yeah, but there are.
Yeah, it
people
was
that-
out of nowhere because I don't know what we're talking about.
Okay, well I'll say it one more time. There is a developer at BioWare who is racist against white people, and now a number of people are boycotting the game because they don't want to support this developer. I
Okay.
think that's a bit silly because there's other developers working at BioWare who most likely do not share the same opinion as this person. How this person still has their job, I
Yeah,
can only
that part
assume
I
they're
got.
really good at their job.
Yep. Okay.
Exactly. So,
I
and
mean, BioWare's in the United States, right?
and Canada, they have multiple
Canada.
divisions.
I mean, it's not against the law to have personal bias. I mean, if you have personal bias,
I'm curious
not
as to,
saying it's
like,
right, but it's not. I mean,
what
people
was
are
said
gonna-
now?
You know, people are gonna.
I wonder.
hate other
I wonder how
people.
bad
That's
it
just-
was.
Oh, it's bad. Like, he's not even high. Like, basically, he tweeted, "Kill all the white people." Oh, I have to go to a party. I hope there's
Jesus
no white
Christ.
people there.
Okay,
He,
well, he's just.
he had a picture of him holding a mug saying "white tears."
Mass
Well,
Effect
that's what-
designer
Yeah.
Manveer Hair.
Yeah, that's
That's
the
the
guy.
one.
That's
Yeah.
the guy.
Ah.
You know,
That's
I
the
don't know.
guy.
It's
Like,
just
he's-
it's people being people, man. You know what I mean? That's just
exactly. Like,
racism is only as powerful. It's words. It's
Wow,
only as
he's
powerful as
literally
you let it
the
to be.
only person. I just put racist developer on Twitter. That's what.
Yeah,
That's what I put in. Holy shit!
Yeah.
This is what I was talking about, man. So I can understand some people wanting to boycott the game, but again, there's other developers at BioWare. Why should the whole development team, who's worked years on Andromeda, suffer because of this one asshole? I'm not going to. What about the voice
Well, because
actors?
that's
What
how
about
you
the
make
animators?
change. That's how you make change. You don't give the company
Yeah.
their money. See, the company hired them. That's the whole thing. If the company knows about it, it doesn't matter if there's anybody else there. It's the whole same thing that you guys were asking about. Why does that one guy not want to work with Peanut Butter Gamer or whatever anymore?
JonTron.
Right.
Yeah.
It's because of the association. If JonTron starts talking to whoever it was, shoehead guy or whatever,
Sargon.
Sargon,
right?
Yeah.
And they start talking about something that Peanut Butter doesn't want to be looked at as like, okay, you're judging me because of what they're talking about. Look, that's on their own time. He knows
Right.
they're going to get judged. That's why they broke up.
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
it's not about like whether they can work together or not. It's because of the association. He's screwed. because of what the other person is talking. It's not even that guy's fault or it's neither person's fault. It's the perception of the external. That's all it is. And when you forget that, or you want it to be some idealistic, like, well, people shouldn't do that, then you need to go live on another planet or universe, because that's not how it works here in this world. This world is fucked up.
Yep, I agree. And so you can't. You have to pick your battles. I mean, if you're going to battle every time something is out of balance, out of whack, like that, you're going to be battling your whole life 100% of the time. I mean,
for the record, apparently, because I'm a minority, I'm going to buy Mass Effect 3 because I hate white people. That's what it's. That's what it is.
Janser,
that's what they're going to align me with now, right?
Yeah, but that's you have the right to have that opinion.
Because I'm not going to pre-order it, that means I only hate them this much.
Oh my!
I support people's right to be racist.
Oh shit! I don't
support your right to say those things.
I support my right to not know that they're doing it, and if they do, then I'm just not going to associate with them.
Either. I don't. Yeah, I mean, just don't buy the game.
Look, there was a channel I was watching last night. This dude is pretty cool, I thought, on Twitch, and everything is. I was having really, talking about old school games and all that. Out of nowhere, everything just started busting out in racist jokes. I was like, where the fuck did this come from? Do I sit okay with that and just sit there and chat and be like, yeah, that's funny. Minorities suck. Let's make fun of them. Because why are all the jokes about like minority? I'm like, this is a little weird. I think I'm going to leave. Y'all have your fun, But otherwise, that person seems really fucking cool, That's kind of one of those things in life where you have to make that determination. Things are not really always black and white. It's like, what do I do here? What do I do here, Do I talk to this person? Hey, man, that's just not cool, or whatever. But they seem totally fine. You actually might like the guy Count, because he said he was making those jokes because he liked to piss people off. The same way he was thinking about the people that would what did he say in American Beauty? The wife was like, I'm going to write a letter to my congressman, that he liked pissing those kind of people off. Right. And I could respect that. I just didn't want to hang around for the racist fucking jokes. Does that make me want to live in an echo chamber because I don't want to hear that?
But Thug Hater in the comments, my buddy, he's pointing out a blatant hypocrisy. If that would have been a white guy tweeting that about black people, that developer, he would have been walked out that day.
Probably. Yeah. And here's the thing. We don't even know what the fuck's really going on. Like, why are they not taking action?
Right.
We really don't. But I actually agree with I think that, that's just the nature of what the country is in right now in the United States.
Exactly.
You're fucked if you're on the other side,
Yeah.
And the sad thing is now, Caucasians are starting to feel what minorities have felt for their entire life. And it doesn't feel good. So now we're all fucked.
I'm Caucasian. I feel perfectly
We're all
fine.
fucked. All right.
Yet words are only as strong as the power you give them. You know what I mean?
Sometimes. Yeah. It depends on how much power you have, too, man. Yeah. Like the words, you're going to jail if you're a police officer. Those are pretty powerful words, man.
Yeah. I've been harassed by police, and I'm white, so
I remember
harassed
that.
by police many a time.
You said you were walking with your droopy pants down and your gat. What up? Blasting your stereo. Dude, get on my way, pig.
Oh my God, that's racist. But anyway, Janser, I can't associate with you anymore.
It's true. It's true. We can't associate anymore. That for everyone, the B3 GamingCast is ending episode 45. This is the last episode. We're burning it all down. GamerTron is crying.
This is derailed.
Oh shit! Yeah, it did.
Oh my God.
Well,
okay.
I mean, all of this stretches everywhere. It even affects the video game world.
It really does. Unfortunately, comics, video games.
But you can't let it. I mean, you can't.
Hey, I didn't bring this topic up, and anytime you guys do this shit, I'm gonna go off like this. That's all it's to it.
What do you mean do this shit? I didn't expect us to go on this long. I just wanted to.
Hey, you brought up the topic. You brought up the topic. You want to ignore the depth of what the topic is?
Yep.
I want to more ask about the boycott, not about
right. Well, that's the depth of the topic is
a boycott. Though it's not anything to be taken serious. I mean, they're going to buy the game. Come on.
And that's what I was saying. Where's this boycott? What do we look for and all that stuff? So be careful with the types of. It's like when articles go up there and they damage with their headline. You can't do anything after that. The damaging headline is up. It doesn't matter what retractions they print out later on. The damage is done with that immediate headline. So,
exactly. But I got facts. I got sources. So if anyone wants to know, I can provide.
Good.
But yeah. So last time before I move on to the next topic.
Sure.
So you guys, you're going to be picking up Mass Effect Andromeda eventually, but
at some point,
talking about the game itself. Is there anything particular about the game that is attracting to you guys? The story, the gameplay, the visuals, the graphics.
We talked about it last time.
Yeah.
I'm just asking because more's been revealed.
I played like 10 minutes of Mass Effect 1 the other day.
That's
boring.
I hated the game. Like I tried to go back and play it. I can't. The controls are garbage. The story is okay.
So bad. I mean, it's like, ugh.
3, I like 2.
I much prefer
2.
Yeah. Oh, same here. 2 is fantastic.
I'm gonna try 2.
Well.
I bought them all, but I'm gonna try 2. But I tried to start. I was like, okay, I'm gonna start, and I'm gonna be a Mass Effect fanboy now. And I was like 10 minutes into the game. I'm like, fuck this. I'd rather shave my testicles with an epilady or some shit, man. I'm just like,
information.
Fuck the dumb shit, man.
Well, I can tell you that Mass Effect 2 and 3 have much more engaging openings.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think 2 and 3 will definitely.
What I don't like about 1 is the mechanics, the controls, the little quests that have you go find every one of these alien things inside of this spaceship, and you have to kind of find like aliens that are scanning stuff. And I just hate those like little boring fetch quests or whatever. I just want to play the story. I don't want to play these stupid, horribly boring side quests that are garbage. They're garbage,
I think they really rectified those in the sequels and made sure.
Yeah, 2 was not.
Oh, sorry.
Well, no, 2 was not so bad, but then they put the planet scanning, which is the worst piece of garbage of a mechanic that I've ever played in a game.
I never had to put up with the planet scanning. I installed a mod that just gave me infinite resources.
Right, you're a cheater.
So I never.
I know. we all know that.
GamerTron loves mods.
He's like, look, I don't want to play how the developers wanted me to play. I just want to play whatever I wanted to play. Just get out of my way. I'm gonna do it how I want. I got videos to make.
Exactly. I try to tell that to Dark Souls players all the time that are always in my videos. Why do you have infinite Estus flags? Because I don't have time to die over and over again.
But then you're not actually playing the game the way other gamers are playing it, so you don't really have the right experience to convey. But never mind that.
Wait, right experience?
Never mind.
Right experience?
That's correct. Yes, there is. That is correct. Well, yeah, it's like going to a marathon and driving the marathon in a car. And saying that I went the same route. Yeah, sure, exactly. It is a video game. Yep. That a lot of people put a lot of time and effort into for you to have an experience that you bypassed. Yep. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with it.
And that affects them negatively. How so?
It doesn't. But when you try to convey your view of what the game is like, it's just not the same. It's not the right thing because you didn't go through the same experience that everyone else did.
I did. I do. I know. Play with Dark Souls. I don't play with mods right away. And don't tell me no, I didn't. Don't fucking contradict me for the sake of contradicting me.
I'm not contradicting. I just did. You don't want to hear it because it's not part of your reality. But I can't say it any more than the standard.
You just said
English language that I normally use.
But I do.
Look, I even gave you an example to compare it to.
I hate when mom and dad can't get along.
Hey man, I'm sorry. Like, okay, I'll just say yes to everything. I will be. That's correct.
Making the claim that
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I spoke out of turn.
You're making
5-yard penalty.
Jesus Christ!
I'm gonna reset the ball on the 35-yard line.
So for everyone listening, I don't play Dark Souls with mods immediately. I have one playthrough without mods, then I play the rest of it with mods. There.
Hey, speaking of mods, what's this thing now that they're paying mod developers like $4,000 a month?
Wait! They're paying modders? What?
Yeah. What is that on Steam?
What?
Maybe I'm sorry I brought it up, but
what? Nope.
This is a thing.
I want to know about this.
I read
Google
something.
it now.
Yeah, Google it or something. I'm sorry to bring up something I don't know about, but
I want to hear about it though. That sounds like money.
Yeah, exactly. It's
I do modding.
Can I quit my job?
I already did. How much am I going to get paid for modding a game? Tell me.
You were walked. Hey, Jerry. Jerry Maguire. You were walked out. You know you were.
Who's coming with me?
Yeah, who's coming with me?
I have the story right here. It's an Ark Survival Evolve story. Turns out the Ark Survival Evolve devs are willing to pay modders $4,000 per month to make more content for the game. They're basically outsourcing.
All of a sudden, I'm an Ark fanboy.
Basically, they're outsourcing development to modders.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
I'm going to fucking look into that tomorrow.
Yeah, do it, Janzer.
Okay, I have here GamerTron is full of shit, but what was the article that we were talking about prior to this?
About what?
Oh, BioWare cancels Mass Effect, but then there was something about, like, he doesn't know how to play video games, so he installs mods.
Hey, can we title the show this episode?
I need to make a video.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. What? You wanted content. You keep saying it all week. Can we do some YouTube controversy? So you got it, baby. You're getting
45. GamerTron's full of shit. I like that.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I will end you.
That's a
Anyway.
He will end me. Whoa.
He's going to send the Canadian Beavers after you, man. Watch out.
No, Beavers. No, hockey team. I just throw the puck to him. They'll be all over him.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay,
Wow.
anyways, in more video game news, Overwatch has announced their new latest character, Orisa, a new robot tank lady.
More ladies.
Yeah, I know. It's been all their DLC characters, 3 in a row, have all been female, which is take what you will from that. So Orisa is a new tank, but many are calling out she's basically not a tank in any way whatsoever, as all of her abilities focus on defending and supporting the team. Usually tanks are meant to, like, soak up damage and get the attention from the enemies. Basically, her job is her ultimate ability boosts the damage of all the teammates around her. She can deploy shields that protect everybody from fire. She has an ability that, like, sucks all the enemies into a mini black hole and temporarily gets them closer together so teammates can, like, attack them in a closed group.
That's not really tanking. That's
exactly.
It's crowd control.
Exactly. She's more of a support type character, yet Blizzard's making her a tank, and everyone's asking this, why did you make her a tank? Like, all her abilities focus on supporting the team. She's more a support character than a tank. Very bizarre. Her design, though, is pretty cool. Pretty cool looking, it's not what you expect when you hear robot spider tank lady. She's very, very unique. She's a
spider, big spider.
She has spider legs.
Oh,
She's got more kind of like a ram's head. Her design, her pictures and screenshots are all over. You can play as her now in the public test server for Overwatch. And so far, the response to her has been positive, with, of course, a few people saying, oh, she's overpowered. And that's a load of crap, as usual. Overwatch pussy fanboys. Besides that,
maybe she is overpowered, GamerTron. I mean, have you played her?
No, I've watched a variety of gameplay videos, and the people saying she's overpowered are saying she's overpowered because, her shields make her overpowered. You can walk through the shields. They're not they don't block your way. They're not an impenetrable wall. You can just walk through them.
I gotcha.
People are making it sound like, it's mini Reinhardt shield. Reinhardt shield is unstoppable. That makes that makes him an important character, truly makes him a tank. With the way people are talking about Orisa, how she's overpowered, like, I don't see it. I don't see it. I do look forward to playing as the character, though. They'll be releasing her soon. They have a bunch of videos on her. She's available in the public test server. So yeah, new character in Overwatch. Not what everyone was expecting. People were expecting Doomfist, the new Overwatch hero that's going to be voiced by Terry Crews, or hopefully voiced by Terry Crews. Yeah. So people were expecting that. So needless to say, Orisa really surprised everyone with this robot spider lady that came out of nowhere. So pretty cool character. Looking forward to playing as her. And what else do I got here? What do
you have?
Real quick, because we talked about Mass Effect before we get too far away from it.
Yeah.
BioWare canceled their multiplayer beta, saying that they're really, really close to being able to launch it live, and that they had done enough, like, testing.
Oh, really?
Whatever. But anyways, yeah, they're just...
Have they announced a release date?
Oh, yeah, it's March 21st.
Oh, wow, that's closer.
Yeah.
I think they're just too close for them to bother trying to do any public testing. They just don't want to... So they word it however they want, you know?
I don't know. Well, I mean...
Of course you don't.
No,
I don't know either. I'm just saying my opinion.
I'm just saying because For Honor had its beta just right before launch, like literally a few days before launch. It had its open beta, so I don't see why BioWare can't do the same.
That was a tech test.
Yeah, well, For Honor, I mean, the game was already done pretty much.
Yeah.
Close beta, open beta. Get out of here, that garbage. Yeah. Same thing with Ghost Recon Wildlands. They're just like, can we build some hype? That's all that really is. Those are not any betas. Those are can we build hype?
I'm sure they're testing their multiplayer servers, and there's nothing wrong with testing your multiplayer servers before launch.
That's what Titanfall did.
For Honor, peer-to-peer?
Oh.
Yeah, there's no way to test that.
That was true.
You can't test that. That's too random. Yeah.
True.
You know what is an alpha?
Oh?
Ninja Theory's Hellblade.
Yes.
Remember that?
Yes. Oh, I saw the new video. Did you
talked
see
about it
a
long time ago? Nope.
Yes,
I read the article. So Senua's sacrifice.
Yeah.
Apparently,
Hellblade's.
they've hit the alpha milestone, and the gameplay is fully playable from start to finish. Release is supposed to be scheduled this year, unless they hit some big, roadblocks or whatever. And they still say they have quite a lot to do with it. But that's about the kind of like a Viking, lady with all the blue paint and whatnot. It's really about like mental issues like depression and all that, anger or whatever, but they put it in the form of a video game.
PTSD, basically.
Yeah, so it should be interesting. Should be cool.
Very, very interesting. I saw the new dev diary video they released a couple days ago, and oh man, I'm so looking forward to Hellblade. Hellblade's looking so good. I really like Ninja Fury. People gave Ninja Fury a lot of shit for DMC, but DMC was a really well-made game. Like Ninja Fury, they're good devs. Like,
the new DMC for everyone.
The new DMC. Yeah. DMC, Devil May Cry, Devil May Cry 5, whatever people want to call it. But Ninja Fury, they're skilled devs. I played Enslaved. I played Ninja. I played DMC. I've seen gameplay of Heaven's Blade. I think it was Heaven's Blade. That's the name. Yeah, Heaven's Blade. Their game before and Enslaved. Like every game I've seen from Ninja Fury has been quality. They put a lot of passion, a lot of work, a lot of effort, and a lot of character development to the games. They really go out of their way to make you even if you don't feel for the characters plot wise, you feel from them. Like they put that emotion in the characters' faces. They're very passionate dev. They're good at what they do, and they're breaking new ground with Hellblade because this is a AAA quality game with no AAA budget. They are doing.
They call it independent AAA.
Exactly.
They got
They have a whole bunch of new techniques they're trying out. They have a built-in motion capture studio. They didn't have to buy or afford one to go to a motion capture company for the studio. They made their own, which is really cool. They've made their own.
I wish
tech.
I had their lighting. I wish I had those lights that they have. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So thank you for bringing that up, Janzer. Really looking forward.
This is technically
that game might be sick. Definitely might be sick.
Yeah, we brought it up way back in the spring. And
yes, can't wait. Can't bloody wait. In more news, this is Destiny news, so I would have loved to have Grindhead Jim on here, but
Destiny 2?
Yeah, Destiny
I've got
2.
the same thing here.
Yeah, for Destiny 2, it's been confirmed you won't be able to transfer your characters from Destiny 1 to 2. You will be able to the cosmetic look.
The look.
You'll be able to, but none of your gear, none of your stats.
Why would you want to?
So how they worded it is, and you worded it really oddly. But both. It's just a weird thing, is what it is. So they say Destiny character levels and items don't transfer, but it's what you said and also what they said. Because what is your character if not the levels and items?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's. I wasn't expecting it to transfer. I mean.
I think it was a 50-50. It was a 50-50.
Stomp people on day one, I guess, with their.
Well, I think some character, all the characters that are level 20 can be transferred or something like that.
Yeah,
quote unquote transferred.
Yeah.
But you're still starting at level 1, so
exactly.
It's not like they would be. Yeah. They don't want it to be like an untainted experience or whatever,
Well, now in Destiny, you can just pop an item in your inventory and it'll make you max level in that game almost now.
Yeah, that's pretty standard for MMOs, right?
Exactly.
WoW does it, and yeah.
What do you guys feel about Destiny 2? I'm kind of curious about what you're feeling about it.
I want it on PC. I want Destiny 1 on PC.
Are you hyped about it or no?
If it comes to PC, for sure, yeah. Absolutely, but Bungie has a habit of not bringing their games to PC. They didn't do that with their with the new Halos. They didn't do it with Destiny, and Destiny would have been a perfect game for PC. That was a perfect game for PC. The PC crowd would have ate it up, and they never brought it to PC. I understand the complications, like it's constantly always online, the whole progression and weekly events, like it's an ongoing, constantly changing game. I get the difficulty of bringing it to PC when you already had it built from the ground up on consoles, but it was just an untapped potential, an untapped valve of money that was just not accessed, and that bugs me. So I hope Destiny 2 comes to PC. If it comes to PC, I'll be hyped as hell for it.
I hope they make it where you can actually queue for the raids. One thing I hate about Destiny always is you have to have a pre-made before you can get into the raid. There's no matchmaking for that. There's matchmaking for the fire teams, but for the raid,
maybe it'll be different.
That's what I'm hoping.
Yeah, just wait to see it. Like everything, don't fucking use your emotions to buy.
If Grammaton Dryad was going to get it. He said he doesn't know if he'll get it, and you know what? I'm kind of thinking that as well. I'm not sure about it. I mean, I probably will, but I bought that new Destiny DLC, The Rise of Iron. I played it like 3 hours, and it was just like Destiny just not fun to me anymore. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, that's understandable.
It was weird. I don't know.
It happens. It was like, there's only so much of the division I can play.
I was like trying to force myself to like Destiny. You know what I mean? And it just didn't work. I mean, I was trying to like it, but yeah.
I'm probably going to get it because I wanted to play the original Destiny, and I do like a lot of what they've done. I like a lot of the design of things.
Not
in
a bad
Destiny.
game. Yeah,
and I think it'll be to me it'll be like playing the Division. It'll just be a pretty solid game that I'll get a lot out of, and then it is what it is. So games don't need to be the be all and end all for me. They never had had to. So it'll be a good game probably for me to play.
Cool.
If it comes to PC.
Exactly.
Well, they've already said it is.
I keep seeing articles where they're saying it's not confirmed.
It's on the fence about
strongly rumored.
Strongly rumored. Yeah, that's crazy.
It is just
crazy.
And we don't really know why they didn't do the PC development, but that is a whole nother bag there. Like that infrastructure, everything there, they don't have that experience. Bungie, so. That's probably why they didn't do it, But I don't know. I mean, I always look at that stuff as budget and technical issues, those two things.
Yeah.
As well as the timeline. If they know they want to put all in on the console version, better to do that than try to split their team and try to make,
Exactly.
Or do what Doom did and do the multiplayer and push that off to somebody else to do the multiplayer, So, yeah, we'll see. March 8th, apparently, at Age of Triumph is their last event.
Oh!
I believe.
Their very last event?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. That's going to be big.
Yep. It's supposed to be more of a just kind of like celebration type thing is for what I read. So it doesn't sound like it's going to be a huge challenge, but we'll see. I don't know. I don't really follow Bungie, so I don't really know what their wording is like, if they under talk things or if they talk it up. So hard to say.
We'll see. It'll be interesting. I'll definitely check it out. Like, even though I haven't been playing Destiny these past few years, I've definitely been following it. I've certainly been following it. I have not, all of its DLC and stuff like that, just for the hope it would come to PC. But hey, it will be interesting to see its send off.
You're gonna be up on the lore when it does release on PC. You're gonna be ready for it.
Yeah. Let's move on.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. And last thing I have here is an update on the whole For Honor faction war that happened this week. So, you know how the samurai were kicking everybody's ass?
Uh-oh.
You know how they were doing that for the longest time? We fought because round 1 of season 1 ended last week, and we were all expecting, okay, it's gonna go to the samurai. Then, in the last hour of the round, before we were about to go to round 2 of season 1, the Vikings came the fuck out of nowhere and just pushed into Knight and Samurai territory. Out of nowhere, they almost took over the entire map. They were at the borders of both the capitals of the Knights and Samurai. No one was expecting this. The Vikings just came out of nowhere. Like, they must have gone, like, recent players who got For Honor must have joined the Viking faction. Their numbers must have increased because they just rapidly took out territory everywhere. I logged into the game expecting, okay, let's go get our rewards for round 1, which I'll talk about in a moment. And, of course, let's see the whole samurai victory. And then I open the map and just red everywhere. Red from Vikings taking over. Like, what happened? The samurai had this in the bag. So that was really cool. As of the war right now, the Vikings, they're holding strong. No one can push into their territory. So basically, it's become a fight between the knights and the samurai right now. We're basically taking each other's territory one by one, over and over again. We can't get into Viking territory. The Vikings are holding strong. They've had this newfound strength that came out of nowhere. And my faction, like, the knights have gone stronger, I noticed. We're no longer getting our asses kicked 24/7. We're now able to hold our territory and push forward. So Deus Vult to the knight faction. Good job, everybody. And the samurai, they've lost a lot of ground. They seem to have lost a lot of power. They used to be the number 1 faction. Now they're kind of number 2 and trying to retake their throne. This is really interesting. And now everyone's finally found out what rewards you get for ending a round of a season in For Honor, because I don't know if I talked about the faction war and how it works, but there's going to be seasons, and there's 5 rounds in a season, and each round is 2 weeks. So the first 2 weeks, the first round ended for Season 1, and we get to see what the rewards are for actually participating in the faction war. So, for winning round 1, the Viking players got a random amount of premium chests, around 6 to 8, and a unique cosmetic emblem and headpiece for their Vikings. Because Knights, we were 3rd place, we only got 2 to 4 premium chests, and because Samurai were 2nd place, they got a cosmetic emblem and a bunch of, I think it was, round 5 to 6 premium chests? So yeah, the reward for participating in the faction war are loot chests and specific cosmetics that you only get through the faction war. So it has me definitely playing more of the faction war, knowing, okay, if I support my faction, if I keep playing the game, and I keep playing the meta game, I will more quickly get access to chests that I don't need to buy. I can just get loot as soon as I level up. I don't need to buy the chests. I can save up my steel, as well as getting these exclusive cosmetics. So this really wants me to help the Knight faction win so we can get some of those exclusive cosmetics. Hey guys, come on, Deus Vult. Let's purge the Holy Lands. Come on. Let's get our helmets and swords going. Come on.
Now, the faction war, how is that set up, like, server-wise? Like, what are you talking about? Like,
server-wise, it's international cross-platform. So all regions, PC, console, PC and console. So
wait a second. You're playing against people on the console while you're on PC?
No. In multiplayer matches, you're playing on the PC, but everybody on PC and on console affects the faction war.
Ah, okay. I understand. I'm a little dense. Yeah,
I heard something about, like, it has the same maybe kind of issue that Let It Die has, where because it's country, like, country, whatever, different time zones, that depending on the time zone, and I think ESO has the same issue, it's very time-based. Like, one faction could be winning, but then they go to sleep. So when the other faction wakes up or whatever is back online, they just dominate the shit out of everything because of that region. So I don't even know about faction, but country. I think Let It Die is worse because it's like by state or something like that, or by country as well. So yeah, Graham he could go on forever about that.
Well, For Honor's region based, so like parts of North America, East, West, stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So it's not as bad as Let It Die, but that's definitely a problem. Like that's basically what happens to me every time in For Honor. Like, okay, playing the multiplayer. Oh, it's time for bed. Wake up.
You've done all the hard work, and then it's gone.
Well, it's not gone. You're still rewarded. Like, you're never not rewarded for your efforts. Like, your efforts, like, they always contribute to the faction, and you're guaranteed more premium chests. Like, the more effort you put into the faction war, the more premium chests you will get at the end of the round. And
but
of course,
if you
those
don't,
exclusive
like,
cosmetics.
if you're not the last one up or whatever to attack, like, let's say that last whatever that region or time zone is last before it ends, and they've dominated, I guess. I don't know. I don't know how it handles it, actually. I really don't. Like, how long is a season or whatever?
A season,
5 weeks.
Well, each round, there's 5 rounds, and each round is 14 days. So 14 times 5, that's going to be that's season 1.
So people win day by day? Is that what it is? Each faction wins day by day, or what?
No. To win a round is 14 days. A round is...
That's 70 days in a season? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, 70 days in a season.
But it hasn't been 70 days since the game came out.
No.
Not even close.
Yeah, no, we're still in season 1.
Okay.
Round 1 just finished, and there's 5 rounds in the season.
Round.
Okay,
Yeah, wow,
I'm sorry. I'm dumb, too.
Wow, this is like fantasy
This is taking forever.
baseball or some shit, man.
Okay,
Yeah.
one last
This
time.
is too much of a commitment for a video game.
One last time for the people in the audience. In For Honor, the faction war goes
Is it them?
by
It's not them. That's the fault. I don't know what's going on.
Understand. I can't get it.
Yeah,
I can't wrap my
you were
brain
just
around
going
it.
on and on, so I'm starting to yawn because
Okay,
it just sounds boring.
Okay. There is
It just sounds
one
too much
season.
commitment.
How about for a dumb person? Can you break it down for me? Because I'm real dumb.
You're
Okay,
playing
I'm
swords.
doing my best here. Okay, so there's one season, and
Commit
one
seppuku.
season consists of 5 rounds, and
5
each
rounds of
round
14
is
days?
14 days.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right.
That's
So,
how it works.
so each day kind of determines like 1/14%.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like the more you fight, the
Jesus
more it ends the
Christ.
percentage, and at the end of the round, the percentage is like who has the highest percentage of wins.
So I
and it
wonder
was the
how
Vikings.
throughout the day that breaks down based on time zone. Mm-hmm. It's curious. I'll think about it later. Let's not waste time. What else?
So yeah, that's
the faction war update from GamerTron.
Yes,
That's
exactly.
crazy.
And the last thing for Honor, there was also a patch, and the game got some very needed rebalancing. There were problems with the Valkyrie hero. She was just like underperforming compared to the other heroes. She got a buff. And the Lawbreaker got a buff, which is surprising because I thought Lawbreaker was pretty good, but apparently
They got another buff
meta-
because they got one last time. Or are we talking about the same update?
I don't know if we're talking about the same update. Well,
Curious.
anyways,
So I brought up a
but-
bunch last time. Let's take a look here.
Yeah,
keep
because
going.
Lawbringer got a buff, which is surprising to me because I thought he was always a good character. But apparently, the meta stated that the Lawbringer class was not doing well in duels and brawls. He was doing well in Dominion, but not in duels and brawls. So he got a buff. I don't know what the buff was. I think it was ranged. I think it was range or some form of DPS, something like that. But yeah, Lawbringer got a buff, as well as several different changes to all the classes, like minute things that I won't go over. They'll take too long. They've also did some improvements to matchmaking. There are already reports of it being much more stable. They immediately got to work on that. They haven't removed peer-to-peer. But they took care of connection issues. They're also very soon going to be implementing a punishment system for rage quitting if you leave the game too early. They haven't decided what it is yet, but they're going to be implementing it soon. So that's all nice. That's all very well and good, as well as some bug and glitch fixes. So For Honor's turning out well. Like it seems like right off the bat, they're showing off the same love and care they did for Rainbow Six Siege. They are listening to community and they are making changes, buffs and nerfs as they go along. So again, props to Ubisoft Montreal for how they're handling For Honor. I think they're handling it really well. And yeah, love the game. So that's all my gaming news. That's all the updates and stuff I have like that. So you guys have the floor.
Take a breath.
Yeah, that was a lot of words for For
Yeah.
Honor. Jeez.
You still should be working for Ubisoft, man.
I'm telling you. Yeah, I put those.
It's a goddamn crime, man. I'm telling
It
you.
is.
Yeah. Well,
Speaking of Ubisoft, you know they're working on that James Cameron Avatar game?
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Massive
Oh,
is
yes!
specifically. Ubisoft Massive.
Oh.
They were
shit,
actually...
I didn't know that. Oh, man,
Yeah,
I knew
during
it
the...
was Ubisoft.
Hey, shut up. It's my turn, right? Jesus
Yeah.
Christ, man.
Yeah, you.
Oh, God.
I'm trying to give you the full story here.
You interrupted
I got
me.
5
interrupted you
words,
too.
and you're just jumping on me. No, I shut
did the
up.
same
I
thing.
even muted myself. Chat knows. Ubisoft, you're going to get a kick out of it. You're going to get a kick out of this. So during the state of the game for the division, the one that just passed, just this past week, they actually talked about that they were hiring for the Avatar game.
Oh, really?
I was like, wait a second, what are you doing? like trying to hire people during the state of the game for the division, you jerks. I was like, wow, yeah, that's pretty bad. But yeah, go check it out. They are. The word's everywhere, apparently. Because they're already a big team. I think they're like 300 people or something like that. And this is in Sweden. So, who doesn't want to go over there? Hot Swedish women. GamerTron doesn't. That too. So
it's not that I don't.
Whatever. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're always right. Okay, so Division 1.6 thoughts. Have y'all two played that?
Yes.
I have not.
What do you have to say, Mr. GamerTron?
Okay, so I tried to solo legendary difficulty in one of the missions. Fucking can't.
Wow, why did you do that?
I wanted to see. I wanted to give it a try. I made several attempts. When they said that these new enemies would act like hunters, they weren't lying. They like these new LMB enemies. They have entirely new designs. They even have some new voice lines and stuff like that, and they have like that cool animation of like rolling over cover and stuff like that. Yeah. This is a whole new level of difficulty that you need to play with a team. Before before we could you and me, Janzer, we've both solo challenging difficulty before. We've been able to solo challenge difficulty.
I tried doing that for the new incursion.
Oh, I haven't even.
I actually got part way through. But then when you're given a choice for 3 different routes to take once you enter the building, so the new incursion is like you're storing like I think it's a TV station, and you basically have to save some hostages, right? And when you get in the building, you have 3 different paths that you can go. You have to do all 3. Yeah. So I went down one path and I got lit up real hard. So I tried another one, same thing, and I tried the third, and it was the same thing. What some of the people on the forums are saying is like this is like kind of like a return to, I think they said 1.2, where the enemies were such bullet sponges, like the purples just take a lot. I can confirm with my most powerful gear, the purples were taking bullets like nobody's business. I was dumping ammo into them like Crazy. It was fucking wholesale or something.
Is it just like, take it outside of the incursion? Because I haven't noticed.
It was in the incursion. It was in the incursion. Yes. So, but it was challenging. The purples on challenging are just bullet sponges, and it was really hard. There's no way you could do it because the situations are set up to where it's really kind of impossible for a single person to run through it. The last door that I went through, I was rushed down by like 4 shotgunners, the ones that rush it. Yeah, the Rikers. And I could kill maybe 1 or 2, but on my own, with all of them blasting away with their super long range and their ridiculous damage that they do.
You need some flashbangs, flame grenades. You need a dude with a shield.
Not to mention the fact that medkits do not seem to be working as well as they used to. But during the state of the game, they said, "Hey, look, we didn't touch medkits. It has nothing to do with electronics. All we changed was electronics. And it also has nothing to do with your increased health." And I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. They said, your med kit heals you the same percentage that it used to. So there's no issue there. I was like, but everyone sees an issue here. One of the biggest changes is that when you pop a med kit, you no longer get an immediate big burst of health.
Yeah, exactly. Now it's
a slower overtime, but also that when it actually starts is delayed. Like it doesn't immediately give you, it's like, and start rolling out some health. There we go. There's a little bit. A little bit more, a little bit more, and you're done. It's like, wow. I know that I didn't even fill up like one. I think I filled up like 1 bar, with the med kit. So I have not tested my skills based character to see how strong my heal is, But so I definitely need a team for that. And that's all I had. I didn't get a chance to play the Last Stand DLC.
Oh, okay. I haven't touched it either. I went to the lobby and watched the tutorial video. They have a tutorial video before you even start anything. And from what I see, Last Stand, it looks interesting. Okay, I can definitely see like putting a few hours in that. It definitely looks team based. It has some. It looks like it has its merits. It looks like it can definitely be fun. A nice mix of PvE and PvP, where you have to kill AI and you have to worry about other players. and don't have to worry about dumbasses coming out of nowhere in the dark zone. Like it's just 2 teams against each other, which I like, and you can also revive each other. It's like it's the Division's version of team deathmatch and capture the point kind of deal with some deployable turrets you can activate for good measure. So Last Stand looks fun. It looks good. My only problem is I can't get into a match. There's not enough people playing on PC.
Yeah, and you know how I know that? Because they were trying to push it really hard on Twitter. They're trying to use their official people, like, hey, look, we're doing this thing. Come on, everybody. Come check it out. We're giving away this. I was like, oh, shit. It must mean that nobody's playing it.
Yeah,
sure enough.
I can still get into survival. I can still play matches of survival. I tried that out, like to test out the new med kit and everything. Definitely an interesting new challenge with how the way the new med kits handle. But yeah, I could get into survival. I could find enough players for survival. I could find enough players for underground to do some underground missions. Like I believe it requires 8 players or 16 players because there's 2 groups of 4 on each team. I think the game mode maybe just requires too many players for it to actually start. Maybe if they lower the player count to just 4v4 instead of 8v8 with the teams cut in half. I really think just too many players.
Yeah, remember when they're testing under the best types of numbers and best environment. Mm-hmm. Everybody's trying to play it. But in reality, what happens, So, yeah, I do want to address what Graham is saying. He's saying, he was saying that basically nothing changed. It's just that you have to have the passive. And I'm like, that's the whole point. There's a passive that will help the medkit out. But the problem is the medkit still changed. And so now if you don't have that passive, which is like, I can't remember the fucking name of it. And that's why I didn't talk about it, because if I don't have the name of it, then I can't, I don't know what I'm talking about, which is pretty much coming down to. It's there's like a first aid kit passive that you can put on that does like an overheal for you, But if you don't have that, the med kit now functions as a lower version of your original med kit. The reason why they did this is because people were abusing that passive. They were putting that passive on and they were making it to where they were just so ridiculously OP. Then they're like, hey, you want to use that passive? Go for it. But we're going to nerf the fuck out of your med kit now. So now go ahead and use it. Now you're going to be using it like normal, but everyone else. And they did this because of PvP. So there's these problems that happened in PvP that trickle over to changes in PvE that affect the PvE players. The thing about like the rolling in combat having like a 0.5 or something like that delay now, that was really only an issue with PvP, not PvE.
I never noticed a delay. They put a delay? Huh.
Yeah, absolutely. Like if you play the game and try to roll around, you can see it's absolutely there. You used to be able to do like a really quick roll after another roll after another roll. Now it's like roll and then
in between rolls. Okay.
And now roll and then because that was an issue with PvP, man. That was the whole, definitely. Remember that whole thing where people would just roll around like idiots and all over the all. Yeah, they were just it was insane.
I didn't notice the delay because I roll from cover to cover. I roll all the way like once, like I'm one and done. I've never done the multi-roll thing, so maybe that's why I'm not noticing it. Okay.
And it's like, and I'm trying to help like address what Graham's talking about there too. The same thing, like the reason why it doesn't do that is because they don't split PvP and PvE effects. They probably can't. I've talked about this before. So they, instead of like, I guess they're trying to do like a median, version of whatever it is. But at the end of the day, PvE is still kind of screwed. And people are pissed on the forums, like PvEers, and it still goes, people say it well there too. They're like, look, trying to cater to the like 12% that play PvP is the most ridiculous thing.
It is ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
I mean,
if this was Counter-Strike, and we're playing PvP as the primary, or For Honor, which PvP is really come on, that's the primary.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Division is a PvE-based MMO. I mean,
it is a PvE-based. Thank you. Yes,
and absolutely. PvP is the side, kind of the little side bonus attraction.
Right.
Just like most MMOs are standard that way.
Right.
Name me one MMO that PvP is the main like the main thing. Is it the main thing in Warframe? No, of course not. What is it?
Oh, yeah.
No.
Yeah, imagine if they changed the PvE in Warframe based on PvP. No, they weren't that dumb. They were like, you know what? We're separating. Well, you know what? They initially had it at the same kind of like whatever. Here's the same rule set. That happened for a while there, but this was back when they were truly in like beta. They're technically not, but they want to say they are not, whatever. But they at some point they're like, this is really dumb. We're gonna tear it apart, even though it's gonna affect people. We're gonna take this apart and put PvP over here. And we're gonna rebuild it from the ground up because that's what it deserves. So
you know what it is, Janzer? I bet some of their top developers, their top engineer guys, maybe are big PvP fans. Let's hope not. You know what I mean? And that's how.
Well, they don't have the skill set for it, though. The problem with their code.
That's how it was with DC Universe. They ruined PvE over PvP because
all I know is if I don't get hired at Ubisoft at Massive, now you know why, because I'm talking shit.
No. You're keeping it real.
It couldn't be because I'm not qualified.
Well, that might.
All my years of web development totally translates to gaming. Yeah.
They may have a quota to fill.
Here's the thing, guys. I don't necessarily.
Dude, I'm hoping on that count. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, look, I'm a darkie.
Hey,
y'all are all. You know what I'm saying? No. Nothing.
Okay.
Rooster Teeth just got a black eye on theirs. Come on.
There you go.
I'm like halfway. So you're not going all in. All right. Anyways.
Here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that the kind of the focus on PvP, I think that's coming from Twitch and YouTube. I think that's coming because that's where kind of the Division was getting the most attention before.
They get the most attention from that, so they want to address that audience. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Like
you're dead on, dude. You are dead on.
Graham is right. Why ruin both?
Everybody's right about that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And why they don't? It's just. And GamerTron's right too. It's because they're focusing on the people that are giving them the most attention. Mm-hmm. So if Twitch streamers would be showing some PvE content like incursions, but they don't because they know it's not going to get views because people want to see people get murdered. They want to see trolling. They want to see some. Yeah, they want to see some teabag. Oh yeah, by the way. So part of that new premium package stuff, remember that whole thing about like, what was that one guy, Phil used to talk about him sometimes too, and I watched him, like some Brit dude or Aussie dude for the Division that would talk.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. I can't remember his name.
I don't know his name. I know his name.
He was like, they need to take out emotes from the PvP so people can't do the emotes on you because it's demeaning to you. And guess what? They added more emotes. Yeah, there's a dancing one and everything. So. So now when you kill somebody, you can dance on their corpse. You can flex.
If that demeans your character,
you get out of the game. Get out of the game.
In a video game. You're too fragile for living, in my opinion. So,
they already make it to where you can't squat. So, all right, just good enough.
Never walk out of your house and like.
Well, what you do, Count, and you probably would agree with me, is you go on and start the game, and then you turn off your screen, and then you play.
There you go. Then nothing can offend you.
Yeah. Right, yeah. Or you put on some, like, night shades so where you can't see any... Yeah, you just cover your eyes and...
Oh, my God.
Perfect.
But speaking of that new premium content, like, a lot of people are kind of upset. Oh, microtransactions in the Division. Blah!
Whatever.
I've looked at them. I looked at them extensively. I'm like...
Yep.
This is worth $1 or $2, and what they're asking is only a few dollars for some actually pretty decent cosmetics, pretty decent emotes, and stuff like that. And it's all optional. This is not game-breaking stuff.
Gameplay. Wait, exactly. GamerTron, would you say that anything there in any way, shape, or form gives someone any kind of advantage over another person gameplay-wise?
The only advantage I could see is stunning them with your fabulous looks.
That's swag, though.
Exactly.
Fashion Division. That's right.
The only effect I see is jealousy. That's the only one I can see happening. I mean,
they got a dancing emote. I can't dance.
Exactly. All the premium content, the microtrans, they're completely fine. They're completely fair. They're on the same level as the as Rainbow Six Siege. They even have XP boosters and shit like that in there as well. That again, it's perfectly fine, perfectly natural. And what I need to make a goddamn video about this. I keep from making. I'm gonna write that down as a matter of fact. people need to realize, like, people are saying microtransactions, oh, the scourge of gaming, oh, we can't have this in our games. Games cost millions of dollars, guys. They need an extra revenue stream. And with the amount of extra content they still plan on putting on The Division, like there's talk of a year 2, a second season pass, like what they're doing with Siege for The Division with more content.
But the answer to that is, well, because they're putting people on making the cosmetics and emotes, that means they're not working on the game.
Oh, eat a dick.
Not everybody is a coder,
Yeah,
not everybody codes like the damage or whatever. There's artists that have to work, and they got to put them to do something on the fucking game. Otherwise, they're sitting around paying them for nothing. Yep. Not only that, but apparently they have enough. They don't even have enough people to work on that Avatar game that they're hiring so hard, So clearly, there's enough work to go around. I don't think that's the issue,
Exactly. And and then just shout out to Massive in general. Massive, you may have had some hiccups with the whole banning thing, like where they were banning people left, right, and center. But it was understandable the stress you were under with so many people hacking the game. But you guys made an excellent game, Massive, and the way you've handled it, the way you've responded to the community. Like, we may not agree with every mechanical decision and change, but you guys made a great fucking game.
You did submit an application to get hired with them.
How is the population of The Division? You think that's a dying game?
No, absolutely not.
I do.
I don't see that, man. As like the thing with the Division is before, what was it?
I think they really pissed off the PvE people this time.
Well, which was the big update? I'm trying to forget. Was it 1.4, 1.5 that changed?
I think 1.3 was pretty big. I think people liked 1.3, and then 1.4 came out, and that's I think where it started some disgruntled stuff.
It was survival. The survival update when the survival update.
That's 1.5.
Oh, that's 5. So 4. Then I'm thinking of 4.
1.4 was. I think people were kind of okay with 1.3, except for like the shotguns or something. And I think 1.4 was a big change there that they kind of actually didn't like. That ushered in the age of the Alpha Bridge.
Okay. Okay, all right. But yeah, I'm looking at the player numbers here on Steam. It has over 9,000 people in game right now.
That's not a lot.
That's not a lot.
Dude, guys, keep in mind.
That's Steam, though. That's not the correct platform either. We can't really judge, right?
Well, I know
because Uplay is the correct platform for it.
The consoles are playing.
Mm-hmm.
But look at this. Well, I know this is only on Steam, but months ago, before 1.34, all that stuff, just a couple weeks after The Division came out, the players were down to 2,000. Now it's constantly. I've never seen it below 5,000.
Well, yeah, everybody is waiting for 1.6 to drop. That's why. So that's actually understandable. Like even I stopped playing it I barely played it within the last month. Yeah. Barely.
Again, I get that, but yeah, the player numbers for The Division have been stable ever since 1.3 and Survival. Since that stuff has come out, like it's never been below 2,000, and I think that it has a fan base. It certainly has a community. It's not on the same size or scale of like say Destiny or World of Warcraft, but it has a community. Yeah. It has a player base, and I think there's enough people that like Division that we'll definitely see more of this franchise in the future, whether it be in the form of extra content, a second season pass, or a sequel.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's on its last legs. I'm pretty sure Wildlands is probably going to do a little bit better, just because, like you said with Destiny, that's built off the back of Halo, So you've got a lot of headway going into that. World of Warcraft is World of Warcraft. It's built off of itself. It's an anomaly, honestly. It really is. Yeah. Nothing lasts that long. Nothing. And they've even dipped down and come back up. They've dipped down. They just keep doing that, little waves. They're going to die eventually, but they know what to do.
What, 12, 13
fucking
years?
Insane. It's insane.
Yeah, I know.
Nothing has that longevity,
Yep.
Yeah, so we'll see. But I mean,
I'm just watching you do hand signals, Janzer.
Yeah, games have life cycles,
Oh yeah,
and players have to move on. To be stuck on one game, you say that about Warframe, all the time.
Absolutely.
It's like you play something else,
Exactly.
And it's not anyone's fault.
Forever.
Look, sometimes mommies and daddies don't want to live together anymore. That's just what it's. You get tired of bitch. It's like, shut up. I want to play video games. Leave me alone. So, yeah, there we go.
Means you're moving on to a new game.
GamerTron's like, no.
What?
I don't know what you're talking about.
My perfect world.
Well, my parents actually did get divorced, so that's very post-traumatic for me.
Sorry. It happens.
But he's remarried, though, right? I mean,
What?
your parents are divorced?
Dude, where have you been?
You actually have never brought that up in front of me, so I don't know.
didn't
And I'm not digging.
I
so.
don't pry in your business.
Really? I could have swore I brought this up like
I don't. No, not to me. You
ago.
haven't.
Anybody in chat? Anybody?
Okay.
Because
Well,
I don't know what that would. I just.
All right. See,
no.
I didn't know that. I'm sorry.
Anyway, well, that.
You want me to move to the next topic?
Yes. What else you got? Man? What else you got?
Awkward.
I'll save you. Zelda 2 DLC packs are coming out. Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 DLC packs are going to be coming out. So $20. Let me get this here. Situated in the notes. It's going to be $20. You get both of them for the $20. The first release is going to come out in the summer and include a Cave of Trials challenge, a new hard mode, and a mysterious new feature for the in-game map. The second DLC pack is going to launch in the holiday of 2017. It didn't say when, and launches a new dungeon and new story content. These can only be purchased together as what we know right now. What do you guys think? There's a little bit of like about the whole fact that you're paying for a difficulty for the first time that I know in a DLC. It's like paying for hard mode.
That's not done before. That happened in Metro Last Light, where if you pre-ordered the game, you got Ranger difficulty, which like turned off the HUD.
Nobody cares about that game, though. This is
Zelda.
Zelda, dude. That's Zelda. This is a big fucking
pass.
difference between like what? They're not even AAA. Whoever made Metro.
Yes, they are. Yes, they
Who
are.
made it?
And they won Game of the
Okay.
Year awards.
Who
back
made
in
it? Who made it?
2013.
Who made the game?
A4. They're a
Nobody
Russian
knows who you're
developer.
talking about. Yeah, no one.
Thank you for.
They're
being so
AAA in
dismissive.
Russia, but I mean, yeah. Well, I mean, it's a kind of like a niche game that people like, but it's not Zelda, dude.
Yeah, it's not like
Come on.
number one on
I'm
the
not
Twitch
trying to
page with
compare it to
the-
Zelda. I'm just.
You
the
just
Switch
were. You
boxing.
just tried to compare it. You just said.
the DLC. You're talking about no other games ever put difficulty in a DLC.
That matters on the
Here's an
same
example.
level? Do I have to
It's
say
news when Zelda does
Jesus
it. It's
Christ.
not news when anybody else or when
Right,
Super
it's like
Metroid.
Back
if
in
I said, look,
2013,
everyone,
it
I'm going to
was
be
news.
live streaming tomorrow. No one gives a fuck if I live stream tomorrow. Everyone cares if Total Biscuit live streams tomorrow. Big fucking difference.
Total Biscuit live stream? No,
Exactly.
no, come on,
Well,
come on.
it's going to live stream. Yeah, whatever. I hate video games, and I'm going to tell you for the next 35 minutes why I hate them. That's him.
What do you guys,
That's pretty
what
much
do you guys
him.
think about the Nintendo Switch? You guys gonna jump on the
Fuck
Nintendo?
no, garbage. Never. The last Nintendo I owned was the Nintendo. That's it.
Last Nintendo was the Nintendo.
That was it. The
I had the
Nintendo.
64. I won't be getting the Switch. Zelda Breath of
Sega
the Wild.
Master Race.
I just I watched some streams and I just don't see the. I mean, I liked Ocarina of Time. That was a cool game. I like GoldenEye better. I played it on Nintendo 64, but I just don't see the whole Zelda thing. I don't know. Awkward.
Yeah, so
I'm
yeah,
again, by myself
paying for
on this.
paying for a hard difficulty in a DLC, kind of garbage,
Yeah.
So that was interesting. Moving on, let's see. Sony Interactive Entertainment's Australian manager director made redundant. GameSpot article listed this. What do you guys think about that article title? What does that say to you? Count, you're redundant in your job.
I'm redundant.
What does that say?
Looks like I'm going to be getting the pink slip. I'm out. I have no idea.
I've never heard redundant being used like that before, but apparently that's exactly what they were talking about. Redundant to me is like...
Redundancy?
It
Yeah,
seems like a
redundancy
really
is like a
piss-poor
backup.
way to-
Yeah.
It's a duplicate.
Yeah,
Not
it's
you're fired, which is what they're saying.
It just seems like it's a piss poor way of trying to demean someone.
Isn't
from,
it?
From what I
Yeah.
see.
What a shitty fucking way. But apparently, yeah, this guy's been at his job for 25 years. I would never want someone to put an article out there saying that, well, he's redundant now. Get the fuck. 25 years at the job, and that's what you're going to say? Jesus Christ, man.
That's really shitty. Yeah. Jesus. What's the article actually say? That's the title. What does it actually say?
That is the actual title. I read it off. Sony Interactive Entertainment's Australia managing director made redundant. I was like, what? What does that even mean? What, they got a double of him? So now there's a backup? He's the backup? He's the redundancy? Maybe I'm in the tech world too much, but redundancy in the tech world means you've got a backup. You've got something just in case there's a failure, that's redundancy. It's a repetition, Never like, you are now no longer with a job. That's all fucked up, man. That's like saying, no, we didn't fire the man. He just no longer he's no longer getting a paycheck.
Yeah. Like Office Space.
Wait, what? Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I got a shout out to Rakshaw in the chat. I think this sums it up perfectly. Seems like they want to seem smart by using big words.
It seems like they're dumb cunts and need an editor.
Pretty much.
Ooh. Yeah. A lot of those gaming rags, they don't, and that's an old word for magazine. Sorry, kids, rags. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, they don't edit their shit. They can't. It seems like they just pump out those articles so fast that nobody's overlooking anything that goes out. It's like, we hope you're going to do well.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, have you seen the garbage
they're
from
they're bad too.
Oh man, have you seen the garbage from like Rock Paper Shotgun? Some of their titles are just atrocious, and they end up in the Steam news feed. When I go to play a game, I'm like, oh, new news on the game. Oh, it's from Rock Paper Shotgun. Oh, it's a really stupidly titled article. Oh fuck.
Yep.
We won't be getting sponsored from them.
No, we're not getting sponsored from anybody.
I know.
Anybody. Now that they know that we're going to buy Mass Effect, they're like, you guys are going to support that? Forget it. We're out of here. We're not going to. All right. Didn't know that B3 was racist. All right. Gearbox showed off a tech demo for Borderlands 3. Did you guys happen to check that out?
Yeah.
I'm the one who linked it to you guys. Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah, I'm the one who put that in the Discord.
I don't recall looking at that. I saw it on my own, but okay.
I saw it.
No, you want to tell me all right, what I did. That's cool. Yeah, I linked it out on Twitter. You probably did it at some point. Who knows? Doesn't matter. At least we all saw it. That's the whole thing.
Yes. Yeah. And I'm excited. I'm excited. For one, they're finally moving on to Unreal Engine 4. Yes, finally. I mean, what they did with the Borderlands games with Unreal Engine 3 was certainly impressive, but Unreal Engine 3, like, it's a show, so it's good that they're moving on. And some of the techniques they showed off for how they're handling lighting and texturing, line work, and physics, like, it looks good. It certainly looks good. What they're working on looks good, and I know, realistically, we're a long way away from a Borderlands 3 with what they're showing here.
They had assets in the game. That's pretty good, Like, they were talking about, this is an actual production asset that's going to be in the game. That's cool.
Absolutely. Like, it has me excited. Like, okay, they've got the building blocks. They're ready. They're getting ready to put together soon. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was really cool, too, because a lot of times gamers don't really know the technical workings that are going on. All they care about is like, I can't wear this hat. They don't realize all the actual work that goes in there, into the game itself.
Exactly, which is why I would love more of this. I love stuff like developer diaries, developer documentaries and interviews. We need more stuff from the devs. It's important, I think, that the game community get an idea of how much work and effort is put into making these games.
It's actually gameplay, though, not CGI.
Yes, that's correct. The game, I think Psycho Cinematics on Twitter was saying, but because in the video they talk about how, like, well, it's not really cell shading, and he was like, but that's what everybody knows it as. And I was like, that's true, but they're talking to other developers in a technical way. They're not talking to like gamers who they reach one concept and it doesn't matter what you say. That's what it is, It's like they don't need to know all the technical behind it. At the end of the day, we really don't, It just happened to be in that video. They were like talking about how it wasn't actually cell shading. It was just like an outline. Yeah, but I was like, well, it's kind of like cell shaded,
They are going to be doing the same styles. Shaded styles.
It's more like super detailed version where they're allowing their artists to like. What they did was they're allowing their artists to like kind of do some more of their own artwork in the game itself, and they're taking some of that and programmatically like shrinking and growing it and allowing it to repeat and stuff like that. So just reminds me of like pattern creation and stuff like that in Photoshop. That's a nice way to marginalize what they're doing. Oh yeah, I remember doing that in Photoshop. Not the same, but anyways, Unreal 4. That reminds me of something I was watching, some Primal Rage 2 video game that never got launched.
Aww.
It was a video I was watching on YouTube, and in the comments it looks horrible. And in the comments I was like, so this is the Unreal 4 engine. Just being a dumb. Sorry, that had nothing to do with any news or whatever. News, all the news, because News Network, Ghost Recon Wildlands betas set new Ubisoft record for 6.8 million players, apparently.
It beat the Division? It beat the Division?
That's their new record, apparently. So, contained... and then I have some news on the Season Pass. The Season Pass, which they haven't given a cost for based on what I saw, but I'm probably wrong. There's probably costs out there already. You're going to have 1 week early access to 2 major expansions. So kind of like with Rainbow Six Siege, where you have a week early to play the operators. Something called the Unidad Conspiracy Mission and the Peruvian Connection Pack. And then there's going to be faction-themed equipment packs, an exclusive vehicle, some XP boosts, like one permanent and one timed. So that's kind of like the forward knowledge that we have about what the Season Pass is going to have. It's probably going to be about like $40, But there was something else related to Ghost Recon Wildlands, right, Count?
Well, yeah, that real quick though. Twitch is membership. You get the Ghost Recon Wildlands War Within the Cartel pack. Oh, but yeah, I know what you're going to say, Janzer.
No, go for it, man. Yeah.
What about the Bolivia? I don't know the details.
I don't know them either.
I read the headline and thought it was ridiculous. I think I made the tweet.
You tweeted it. That's why I'm asking you.
Before I get out on it, I didn't even read the article because I guess Bolivia is threatening lawsuit against Ubisoft for claiming it's like, oh, you're giving us a bad name by making it a Bolivian drug cartel.
It's true. It took the gamer to give them a bad name.
And I tweeted out, this just in, Las Vegas suing over gambling allegations. I mean, what the fuck?
How dare they?
Really? Are you denying reality?
There's no such thing as stripping in Vegas either.
Yeah.
Hooking? Women don't do that there. What? Dare
I
you,
didn't
sir?
know it was going to make the podcast, but I mean,
drugs?
It's just fucking ridiculous. Yeah, I mean, come on, man.
Okay, but here's the thing. I played the beta. If anything, Ghost Recon Wildlands went out of its way to let you know the people of Bolivia are awesome, the place is awesome, it's the cartel that sucks.
Right.
Like,
I didn't get that out of the game. What I got out of that game was that if you drive a tractor, those things are beast.
Yeah. Drugs are bad.
Also, we found out how we could base jump, which was pretty cool. Because you can't jump in the game. And if you like walk off the side of a cliff, you fall down and you either are okay because you roll or you die. But we found little specific areas in the maps that if you ran and you just hit the right angle, you could get enough air that you could allow yourself to deploy a parachute. This is what gamers are going to be doing with that game. Gamers are going to be playing GTA 5 in that game. Oh, shit. Dumb shit. That's what gamers are going to be doing. Dumb stuff.
There's no way, because Ubisoft, they do this with all their games whenever they set their games in like in a city or countries that they contact officials, they contact representatives, they get photographers, and they get people who live there and know about the country to give them information and influence and all that stuff. So the fact that Bolivia is offended by Wildlands makes no sense, because Ubisoft must have made contact with people in Bolivia and gone to Bolivia.
Bolivia is famous for drug cartels, I believe.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like saying Mexico, no drugs here.
It's like Las
cartel.
Vegas
what are you talking about?
It's like Las Vegas being offended because people are accusing them of gambling going on in the desert. I mean,
Mexico,
really?
well known for its fair and balanced political systems.
Yeah, I mean, get the fuck out of here,
Oh, God. Anyways.
I mean, it's just absurd.
We're just trying to get lawsuits from Bolivia and Mexico right now. That's all we're trying to do.
They're complaining to France, the embassy in France, or so. Was the game?
They got miffed.
What does that have to do with
Well, they got miffed, and they got to, in order for people to take them seriously, they got to throw some lawsuit to say, look, hey, we're miffed, all right?
Wasn't the game developed isn't a French Ubisoft French division or something? Or?
Let me see.
I think it is.
It was a lot of divisions of Ubisoft
Quebec,
that worked on that one. Actually, there was a lot of developers that were listed.
Yeah, but they complained to the French embassy. Like, really?
Oh my God! There's Jesus. There was more.
It was like what, 6 or 8?
Yeah,
okay.
Something like that. Yeah,
guys, there are 8 devs.
Yeah.
Okay, the developers for Wildlands are Ubisoft Paris, Massive Entertainment, Ubisoft Annecy, Ubisoft Bucharest. Ubisoft Kiev, Ubisoft Reflections, Ubisoft Milan, and Ubisoft Montpellier. Mm-hmm. That's a lot of
Ubisoft Mars,
That's
Ubisoft Moon.
Yeah.
Ubisoft
They're dropping
Florida.
moon rocks on us. Yeah.
Oh my God, Jesus! That's a lot of devs for one game.
Ubisoft My Backyard.
Yeah,
Ubisoft The Corner Store. Ubisoft.
But there's no drug cartels in Bolivia.
No, of course not. Well, did Ubisoft Bolivia have a hand in the game?
Actually, no, which is surprising.
Oh, that's surprising. There isn't one. That's why. So they should probably just build a studio down there and just call it even. There you go.
Okay, that'll turn out well.
Sure, why not? There's no drugs down there.
Shot up or anything.
What are you talking about? Trying to get us under a lawsuit here? Come on, sir. Ubisoft North Pole. Good one, Graham. All right.
I mean, that's like Colombia complaining about fucking drug import. You know what I mean?
This just in, Ubisoft My Dog's Asshole. Who knew?
Fucking crazy, man.
Oh, jeez.
It's just internet insanity.
Let's talk about some internet insanity. Here's some more.
Jesus Christ.
Here's some more. Oh, it's games. It's games. So BioWare had to back down on a tweet that they put out. Let's see if I get this right. BioWare's general manager, I've got this here. I'm JTF. General manager Aaron Flynn tweeted out a response to someone on Twitter. The person on Twitter said, "I'm imagining my husband looking at me in disgust. Is this space porn? That feeling when you marry a non-gamer." Which they were talking about Mass Effect 3. Mass Effect Andromeda. Right. And they were talking about like, how all the, how you in Mass Effect games, you can do all the relationships.
Scenes, yeah.
You can do all the relationships or whatever, right? So somebody was like, "I'm imagining my husband watching me, seeing me, what's going on here? What is this? And so in jest, Aaron Flynn, BioWare's general manager, said, "Yes, it's totally space porn. Softcore porn."
Soft porn.
And in response to that, some idiot took it upon themselves to get offended by that and say, "Why would you want to do this? The game has legit relationships that are deep in, you build, connections and blah, blah, blah." So, of course, someone always has to shit on a party whenever somebody's, they couldn't. So they had to back down and say, "No, it's not softcore porn. There are your relationships that you have to build, and it's still got a lot of gameplay around it too." So, yeah. Thanks, idiots. Like this guy's named Catholic Jack 7. Yeah, whatever.
No one can take a joke anymore, man.
Not in any way, shape, or form. So the original person that tweeted that out to Aaron Flynn, she was like, "Hey, sorry for getting you in trouble." Everyone else is in on the joke. Everyone.
People need to quit backing down to these idiots. There was a Walking Dead T-shirt that was put out from the famous episode recently where
with Negan, I know what you're talking about.
With Negan, and it says "Eeny, meeny, miny, mo" on the T-shirt, and it's got a picture of a baseball bat wrapped in barbed wire. Well,
still, yeah.
This older English guy, the white guy, was offended because I guess the origins of that rhyme, "Eeny, meeny, miny, mo," is steeped in racism. He didn't even know it referred to The Walking Dead. So you know what they did? They removed all their Walking Dead shirts off the shelf.
Oh my
and
Christ.
apologized. Are you fucking kidding me?
You can't do anything.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo is fucking racist. I guess I'm racist because that's how we picked our goddamn kickball team in fucking elementary school.
I didn't know the roots of it either, I guess.
Yeah, we have to quit.
Well, the problem is
capitulating this fucking moronic
here's the problem is there are things that probably should be like, "Oh, I didn't realize that was really fucked up." I'll probably stop saying that now.
Right,
versus
exactly.
other things that are like, really, that's...
The context matters,
well, here's the
people.
other thing, Count. Everyone wants to like pat themselves on the back for changing the meanings of words. So fucking change the meanings of those things too. Then, if you're gonna change the meanings of words, like I don't know. They come up with shit all the time. The other, what was it? Based. I was like, oh, apparently that means like really fucking cool now. Whatever. Get the fuck out of here.
Or
You're making up shit. You're making up new right. Well, that's just because they don't want to learn philosophy. They don't want to learn the basics for what self-autonomy. That's what woke means. Being autonomous. But if you don't actually go to fucking college and learn shit, or read, then you're not going to know that. But here's the other thing about that term woke is it's important to use for some people because pop culture. You're going to reach people that need something catchy. Everybody's all on advertising now. And if you don't make it catchy and short, like you got to make it easy. You got to make it bite-sized for tiny minds to accept, You can't say I'm an autonomous human being and that I recognize the impact that I have on others around me. And I'm not directed by anyone else. I have my own thoughts. I make my own decisions. And those decisions, I understand what they do to other people, No, you can't say it. You got to say, I'm woke.
You got to quit backing down to this
And part of that, too, is like appropriation of like, we need to make it cool. Who can we take from? Let's take from cultures that have some kind of what we might think is cool and use it for pop culture. Oh, man. If you're really woke, then get the fuck woke and go read. Jesus Christ.
Oh, a quick shout out to 109 Volts in the chat who is offended by this podcast. Yeah, Volts is apparently offended by the podcast.
I'm glad, Volts. I'm glad.
I'm glad he's doing better. What did he have surgery for?
He was turning into a robot. They had to reverse that.
He had Cable's technovirus. Okay.
Yeah, we don't actually know. I don't want to if he wants to say that's fine.
No,
but
I didn't even know.
Yeah,
I was kind of late on that. I didn't know anything was wrong with him.
Yeah, see, everyone said that, and I'm like, but I knew since the fall. He was saying it. Everyone. The important thing is, one of the B3 gaming community is back. Did not get turned into a robot after all. Phil was actually very sad that he did not turn into a hot Cylon. So, if you watch the new Battlestar Galactica, that blonde, super hot Cylon.
Oh yeah. The one that is a Cylon.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I also agree. If you would have turned into that, Volts, I'd be on your streams all the time.
Oh yeah.
I gotta hear Phil. I gotta hear Phil's response to that.
I thought he was going in
He's
for
probably
a
going now.
lobotomy, but I guess not. So
I hear Titan waifu, not Titan. Cylon. It's a Cylon.
What?
It's a different
Titans,
thing.
What? Titans? What?
Yeah.
Cylon Link. Yeah.
So what are we? We talked about
Cylon.
porn. We talked about racism. What else are we gonna? Titan battle on.
Walking
Donnie
Dead
Yen is going to be
Donnie Yen.
starring in Sleeping Dogs movie. Are you fucking kidding me? Hell yes.
Oh, so that is confirmed.
I like Donnie Yen.
The Sleeping Dogs movie is happening.
Yeah, I don't fucking know. I'm just repeating.
I don't care about sleeping. I don't care about Sleeping Dogs movie, but I do like Donnie Yen.
Hell yeah, man.
He was one of the cooler characters in Rogue One.
Oh, really? Oh, that's right. He was in that. I have yet to see that movie. I just know all the cool movies he was in outside of that.
I am one with the Force. The Force is with me. I am one with the Force. He just kept saying that over and over. He's like
That's actually
he's
the
not a
only
Jedi, but he uses the Force. He tries to use the Force, but he's a blind guy.
Oh, that's
but
right.
He kicks ass, man. I like Donnie Yen. He was in Blade 2.
Was he
as well? Yep.
Huh. Where was he?
He's a good
Donnie
martial
Yen?
artist.
Oh, you know what? They put him in like a really shitty tiny baby role because back then he wasn't like that popular in America.
Wait, they had him playing a tiny baby?
Yes, he was a tiny baby kung fu artist. You didn't know that? It was like Blade's toughest challenge in the movie. How did you forget?
No, Blade 2. He was one of
That's where they modeled the Yoda fight after. That you didn't.
That was a ridiculous fight. Oh
that was.
God. Yep.
I actually know him from like the Ip Man series. If you guys haven't seen that, something's wrong with you. Y'all need to get woke.
Yep. You need to get woke and see that.
Get kicked in the face by Donnie Yen. That'll wake you. That'll put your ass out, actually.
But Donnie Yen's kind of an up-and-coming guy, with martial arts action guy.
Here's the thing. Yeah. That motherfucker is old at this point. He's up and coming to North America, but he's been doing a bang-up job in China forever. But, of course, we don't see that shit, you know? So
yeah, just like Jet Li.
Oh God, Jet Li's day is over already, though, man.
Yeah,
Donnie Yen's the new one.
He was already over the hill when he came. When he got popular. But
I miss Jet Li.
Yeah, everybody does, but gotta get a new one in there. Donnie Yen's the new one.
Yeah.
So
he's good in Rogue One. I like his character.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's gotten some. He's gotten some decent roles. That's for sure. But the Ip Man series, badass, man. Speaking of martial arts and whatnot, River City Ransom Underground finally came out. I don't know if y'all care about or knew about River City Ransom back in the day. Amazing little side-scroller fighter that mixed RPG elements. One of the very first kinds of things to do that. Because it was kind of like a Streets of Rage kind of thing. Tiny little baby characters, right? But you would go around with all these badass moves, like fighting moves. So it's kind of like Streets of Rage with shitloads of depth with combat. And also you would get money. You could like buy items. You could buy skill sets. It was just like this huge, like kind of like RPG experience in what looked like little tiny people walking across the screen. It was ridiculous. So River City Ransom Underground on sale right now for $15.99. Really fun game. I mean, come on, nobody remembers Barf. No, you don't. It's.
I've definitely heard of Rivers.
I've
heard of it. I don't think I've ever actually seen gameplay of it.
Oh man, I played it back in the day. It was really cool as fuck. Definitely something to check out. I don't know about for $15.99. But there's a lot of cultural references and whatnot, internet references in there as well. So it's I would say definitely go check it out on YouTube. There's some good gameplay out there if you want to see what it's like.
I just visited the Storm page.
Retro as hell. So if you're not into that, not going to help you in any way.
This is old school.
Super retro. That's like my school is what it is. That's old school, my school. Yeah.
Yeah, these characters are tiny.
Yeah. They got some badass moves, though, I'm going to tell you.
Yeah.
They got some badass moves.
They'd be adorable if they weren't kicking the shit out of each other.
So adorable. Yeah, where's Yoda? A couple other games on sale. I know no one gives a shit. 7 Days to Die, $10 until Monday, 10 a.m. Pacific time. 7 Days to Die, $10. I'm saying it again.
Good game.
Nobody gives a shit. All right, moving on.
Titanfall 2. I already own it, though.
Yeah, but you never play with me, ever.
I've been playing too many other games.
Volt has played. Busy. You're like, I'm going to wake up early before I go to work, and I'm going to play a game with you. You never did. Yeah, that's true. We'll talk about that
right now, so, yeah.
Last, real quick.
Speaking of Conan, my server got wiped out, and then I had to revert after their last. Well, I have my own server, and all our progress that Human Hater and I made just got wiped out, and I had to revert to an earlier version of the server. But everything's okay.
Shit.
We got we have all our slaves back. It's cool.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad the South is still going strong.
Yeah, we're good
with the Sons of Trump.
Yeah, all right. Sons of Trump,
upholding the righteous, values like slavery. Yeah, it's great.
I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
No, you didn't. I actually wanted to kind of hear a little bit about it, so that's good to hear. What's going? How any big changes in the game though? I know they just dropped a big update the other day. It was a huge update because of like all the art assets in it.
Most of it is. I didn't read the whole list because being on our dedicated server, we only have 2 people. Yep. So it's a barren land, and I don't have to worry about people. Other. Are you
going to give away games of the stuff. Are you going to give away some of the game, the game itself, so people will join?
That would be cool. That would be a good idea.
Anybody out there want the game? Come to Twitch TV, B3 GamingCast in the future.
Yeah, that might be a thing.
Run a raffle or something. I don't know.
It's definitely a great game. I guess they were addressing mostly the exploits in the game, but like I said, that's not really concerning me right now because I only play with one other guy, and we kind of own the whole. And you know what? I'm kind of like Cartman buying his own amusement park, and he doesn't want to let anybody else in.
Do you see why?
I like having a server to myself and just one friend or 2 friends or how many. But I'm just kidding. I'd rather have like 9 other people. My server only holds 10 people. I'm not paying for any more than that. So
that's why I don't get a server for 7 Days to Die, because I would be the only one playing 7 Days to Die on my own server.
I know I keep saying, but eventually I am going to get into that game. I mean, just give me a little time. But it's all about all about HZD right now. So I mean,
it's all about what?
Yeah. It's all about HZD.
HZD. What's that?
Yeah, baby, HZD.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, come on, James.
You'll figure it out, man. But Horizon Zero Dawn. Dude.
Oh, yeah. Before you do, I just want to say, like
I'm the only person ever to ever call it HCD. I'm sorry, but
before we
go ahead.
Yeah, there were a couple of other things. Titanfall 2, $23.99 right now, and the deluxe edition $31.99 on Origin.
Steal.
Yeah,
that's
it's on Origin.
Steal.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Now you can go ahead. That's all. That was the last of the pricing. That's it. Yeah, I just had that, but yeah.
No,
now you can go
Titanfall
ahead.
2, that's a great deal on Titanfall 2.
Oh, hell yeah, man. Hell yeah.
Man.
So about Horizon Zero Dawn, you've been... you know what? I'm not sure, Count, but I do know it's on Origin right now for sale. A lot of other games, too. I think the, Far Cry series, there's a lot of other games on sale right now.
Yeah. Ton, Steam and Origin, ton of sales.
Steam as well.
Sales.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, but Horizon Zero Dawn, I know you said
it.
you were streaming it a lot, so anything
That's about it for the cast. No, I'm just
Wait,
kidding.
what?
Oh, I was going to say, I've got Titanfall 2 and Battleborn to talk about, but yeah.
No, go ahead and talk about Battleborn.
Dude, tell us about Horizon Zero Dawn. Why do you have us have... Jesus Christ, man.
Hey, it's a pretty good game. All right, let's hear about Battleborn. No,
all right, fair enough. Moving on. No, fuck it. And we gave him this chance twice.
No, come on, man. Come on. Give me a minute. I've been playing a lot of Horizon Zero Dawn. I was kind of on the fence of getting it after I was kind of hyped about it. It's kind of weird. I watched a video by a YouTuber that had like a 40-minute explanation about the Decima engine. I think that's how you say the engine that they're using. The same that Guerrilla used to make the game. And I guess the engine wasn't good for open world games, is what they were saying. It's the same engine they made Killzone with.
Oh, yeah.
But I guess they've altered it somehow to be amazing for open world. I don't really understand all that technical stuff, but oh man, this game, if you're not playing this game on PS4, I don't know what to tell you. I know a lot of Xbox people are salty right now. They really, I guess there's a lot of articles out right now saying that Xbox people are really wanting this game, but doesn't look like it's ever going to come to a different, platform. But man, Horizon Zero Dawn is...
Really? You don't... Oh, right. Well, oof.
It might. I'm never going to say never.
We could probably count the number of exclusives that have actually crossed over, right? There's not a whole lot. It takes a while for an exclusive to actually, if it does ever.
That's
what I'm saying. I think we probably counted on one hand.
Yeah.
I don't really know how many.
Yeah.
I can't even think of one, but I know it's happened.
Well, I guess they said there's a problem with converting the engine to PC. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know. That's what this one guy said.
Oh, that doesn't make sense to me because every engine is built on a PC. Like you start out on a PC. That's how you
kind of what I don't understand as well.
Maybe there's something special about the architecture in the PS4 though, like the processing or how it handles the code.
Where they had to tweak it for an open world experience like that. But
which is why we have to have emulators for everything.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like Wilson now.
This game is amazing. I mean, it is absolutely amazing. I know you guys are PC, not console, but this gives me new hope for console games.
We're missing out. It's true.
This game is awesome. I mean, I don't gush over games very often, but this is probably the best game I've ever played. I mean, I don't.
Whoa!
I'm serious. I don't know what else to say. It's the star of the show for me.
I don't know about that, Count. You get hype about shit and then you drop it super quick after that.
I will be dropping this.
Like next week, he ain't gonna be playing.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I'll be like,
you'll be playing Marvel Heroes again.
Shit, no.
You always say no and then you do, motherfucker. What are you talking
about? I will be playing some Marvel Heroes, but
before Horizon Zero Dawn, you were playing it.
But listen to me. Yeah. Listen to me 1 second. Have I ever streamed a game for 5 hours? I can't even sit. I can't
RE7,
for 5
absolutely.
Hours. I just can't.
RE7.
That's true. That's an awesome game.
I mean, The Long Dark.
No, I didn't play Long Dark for 5 hours.
Really?
I
played for a long time.
I've streamed this game like 15 hours total so far. Which,
he has. That is true. Yeah. I've never seen Count stream a game this much before.
So this is what it looks like if I have no mustache or beard. Now you know. I'm Wilson, only darker.
Wilson from Home Improvement. Yeah.
Oh man.
But Horizon Zero Dawn, the weather effects are unbelievable in the game. How the weather just kind of subtly rolls in for whatever environment you're in. You just have to experience the game. It's hard for me to even describe it. I love it, man. I think it's so smooth. The star of the show for me is the creatures, though, the robotic dinosaur-like creatures.
Mm-hmm.
I saw. I didn't even know they had a T-Rex type one. It's called a Thunderjaw. I think that's what it's called.
Yeah, you're right.
I experienced that last night, and I tried to tangle with it, and I ended up running. Just odd. I mean, just the way they animated the models, and just the way the creatures attack you. I mean, it just feels real. It feels like you're really in the fight. So, I love every aspect of the game so far.
And what's the whole point of it? I know what it is now because you told me in the stream, but
yeah, I kind of told you. I'm not very far in the story. I'm only like level 20 right now. The story is the humans have reverted back to like tribal primitive, and the primitive animals have become robots. Have like a robotic. I don't know like the gist of the story. I've tried to stay away from all spoilers. What I know so far is like you're an outcast young girl at the beginning of the game because your mother rejected you, and you don't really understand why. The character doesn't understand why. So the tribe rejects you, and then you fall down into an ancient cave that's got technology in it, and you find that little focus earpiece, kind of like a Bluetooth or whatever, and it lets you like track the machines and scan everything and
makes you look like a douchebag.
Yeah, that too. But
do you fight Grimlock?
Yeah,
yes.
I'm just at the point where like there's another voice coming in over the focus that is telling me clues about my mother, and kind of like it's kind of like spelling the story out a little bit more. But that's about all I know about the story so far. She grows up. She's rejected, and then she goes to the proving ground where all young like tribal members have to go through a proving ground to become a Nora Brave, and they wouldn't let her in because she's an outcast, but then they accepted her in, and she wins the proving contest. So now they make her a seeker, so she can go anywhere in the world. So she's trying to discover basically what's going on. So that's all I know, really.
Okay, quick question, because I know that the main character is voiced by the lovely and amazing Ashley Birch. How is her performance
as
the main character?
Wait, who's Ashley Birch?
I have no idea who
Tina! Tiny Tina!
Oh,
Chloe from
really?
Life is Strange, yeah.
Wow, she's really branching out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, the voice acting and the cinematics in the game are amazing. Absolutely amazing. They've made all the males like fucking either douchebags or fucking bumbling idiots. So I mean,
real life.
There's an agenda there, a little bit. But
I kind of feel the same way.
Yeah, and the one guy looked like Robert Downey Jr. with teardrops.
Oh yeah, he did. I thought so.
The cinematics,
hey, what's he doing in there?
The sound design is amazing. It's going to be up for Game of the Year on sound design.
Really?
That much I know. Yeah, the environmental design is unbelievable. It's going to be a contender for Game of the Year.
Oh, without a doubt. Like, all the reviews, like, all the big publications, 10s out of 10s, 9s out of 10s. Like, yeah, I've
been trying to stay away from those. I didn't even want, to know anything about that. And
even with the release of Zelda, you don't think that that's going to get overshadowed now that Zelda's out and everybody's been going apeshit over Zelda?
Yeah, it's going to get overshadowed a little bit. There's no doubt. But
I don't know about that, Janser. Like, more people have PS4s than they do Switches. And the Switch just came out.
Yeah, but you're talking about a well-established IP over a brand new one. Now I wonder if you're just trying to contradict me or not thinking about what you're saying. I mean, really?
I am thinking.
No, you're
really
absolutely right.
You really think that?
Zelda basically took the place on the front page of Horizon Zero Dawn on Twitch. If that's an indicator of being overshadowed, I mean, I'm sure there's
you're talking about overshadowing popularity, not sales.
Both. Are you kidding me?
Both?
Nintendo versus who the fuck gives a shit about Horizon Zero Dawn?
I'm not.
You're kidding, right?
I'm not 100% sure about the sales part. I know the popularity, like the streaming and the hype.
Look at this: 90,000
overshadowed.
viewers on Zelda, 11 on Zero Dawn.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to talk shit about it. I'm just talking about the fact that one has been in the making since Nintendo, and just you got all of that behind it, versus a brand new IP. And look at Titanfall 2 should have done so well in sales.
Exactly.
Battleborn should have done well in sales. Neither of them did.
Change the reviews.
Yeah.
I mean, it's you know what I mean. So
idealism has nothing to do with reality. Yeah.
Yeah. The game's there, and it's there's no doubt that, to me, that's irrelevant. I mean, there's no doubt Zelda's gonna take some of the steam out. It's kind of unfortunate the timing of the releases, but
look how well Pokemon things fucking sell, just because they're Pokemon.
Yes. That is
not
true.
because they're great games, or just because they're Pokemon.
Now they're mostly shit. Have you ever actually looked at these Pokemon?
Yes, I
games?
have. Yeah, I bought a couple for my niece, and I played one. It's boring. It's garbage.
Yeah.
But they
It is
like
garbage.
it because it's part of their childhood. The same with Zelda. Why do you think people keep playing the same remakes of whatever? It's like, oh, Zelda's on this new platform now? Okay, great. Let's play it again. So Horizon Zero Dawn does new stuff and all that, but at the same time, it's hard to break that nostalgia, dollar.
at least you're going to see the birth of a new IP, though. I mean,
yes,
Horizon Zero Dawn is going it's
going to do well anyways. Yeah,
going to do well, and you're going to see it continue on, and maybe come to the PC, eventually.
Yes, please. Oh, another game with Ashley Birch. Yes.
But I had to blow the dust off my PS4. That's the first PS4 game I've played since Watch Dogs, and I only played about 5 hours of Watch Dogs 2. So, yeah.
Yeah.
So, but really, Count, in all honesty, because that's a pretty huge claim to make, that Horizon Zero Dawn may be your new favorite game.
It might be. It might be my new favorite game. I mean, I can't believe I'm playing the PS4 when I'm playing it. I'm thinking I'm on my... I mean, it just runs so beautifully. I've never had any issue, and it looks amazing. And it just... I don't know. It just gives me hope for anything maybe coming out on the Xbox Scorpio in the future. So it's kind of got me hyped about the console a little bit again. If they can do that with the console,
it looks smooth as hell. It does really look
smooth.
Really nice.
When you play it, you would be like, I mean, I'm not saying you would like the game. You may not like it, but you have to admit when you're playing it. I know when watching it, but playing it, I mean, the game just is smooth.
Yeah.
I mean, everything feels really natural in the game.
Yeah.
The world feels alive more so in this game than any other open world game that I've played. And I haven't played a whole lot of open world games. I'm not saying I'm an expert, but
yeah.
I mean, this to me is raising the bar a little bit. So
I think like when we talk about these things like Zelda versus this new IP that we know it's going to do well, will it win some awards? Probably. But you have to remember, gaming a lot of the time with gamers is nothing about logic and everything about emotion. Right? This is about taking us to an emotional space. Even the math core.
Zelda's going to win Game of the Year. If you don't think Zelda Breath of Life is not going to win Game of the Year, you're crazy. You're absolutely nuts. Of course it is. No matter how good or bad it is.
Yeah, even the mathletes that love playing games based on numbers, they run down. Oh, what's the nut? We got what's the ultimate DPS? Even they do it for at the end of the day because it gives them that little spark of joy in their brain. That little, it's all emotional. It's all. So, yeah. But the good thing is, it's going to do well. And it's probably going to have a sequel, thankfully.
Mm-hmm. I hope so. Yeah.
Better come to PC.
I'm really into it. So, I haven't logged into Conan. I've logged into Conan like one time in the week. Haven't played any Marvel Heroes. I haven't played a PC game in a week. So, yeah.
Well, I'll jump into Conan again when there's actually something worth jumping into. Meaning they need a decent upgrade to mostly they've been working on bugs, which is actually amazing. Good. Work on the things that are not content based. Work on all the bugs and the patches. Good. But we need some content too.
Janzer. When you do decide to jump into Conan, if you do, you can come on our server and we've got everything laid out for you where it'll make your progression a lot easier if that's your thing. Yeah.
Well, you got to have that wall too, though. So I'm the wrong skin color.
Well, shut.
Sons of Trump.
I mean, we've got the Wheel of Pain now, and
I could join that. Oh man, I'm
to
happy.
my buddy. Yeah, we can put you on the wheel.
Put you on the Wheel of Pain.
But right now, it's all about Horizon Zero Dawn. For me, man. I mean, I'll be playing tonight. I'll be playing later tonight.
Yeah. Count has been hitting the game pretty hard on YouTube. So the good thing about that is you can actually see all the gameplay he's done. They're still saved there as videos. So
don't judge me. I'm not very good, but
dude, people judge gamers. That's what they do. Gamers are. I had a comment just yesterday. People talking shit to me about Darkest Dungeon when it was in beta. I'm like, I didn't know what was going on. Were you going to judge me for my shitty gameplay?
Ridiculous.
And that's why, I made a joke, and that's not really a joke.
That your gameplay wasn't shitty.
It's fine, but the whole thing is now that people know how to play and it's been out for a while because the full release is there, and they know what all the bosses do and all that stuff. Now it's hindsight 2020. Oh, I don't know why you did that. You should have done this. Thanks, Captain Fucking Obvious.
Yeah,
guess what? At the time, no one had ever played that boss, so nobody fucking knew what to happen or what to expect.
But even so,
you should have just been better.
I had a few people
you should have been better
on my Horizon stream and was saying, "Oh man, you're not very good. You should go watch this guy play. He's better."
That's happened to me a lot.
The first day I was playing the game,
a lot.
I was like, "Of course, I'm glad he's better. Big deal." I'm not very good at the game. Okay, well, I'll still finish it eventually,
Yeah, the same with me. Like, I think that maybe I probably am not as good as I used to be in games, but I actually was never really great with games, I was okay. Right. I think the best I ever got was first-person shooter type stuff, but I don't have that reaction speed anymore. It's just a fact that as you get older, you lose that, and that's just what it is. So, I was never good at puzzle games. I remember Shadowgate stumping the fuck out of me on the Nintendo. I hated Shadowgate because I just couldn't figure out that goddamn puzzle game. And if you don't know what Shadowgate is, go look it up.
I would never go to somebody else's stream and go, "Oh God, you suck."
Well, you
I
would
never do that. Man.
Like people, they come to my stream, they tell me, but I give it back to them, and they don't like that.
Yeah,
it's like, hey, if you want to talk shit, not a problem. Just realize I'm going to give it right back to you, okay?
Exactly.
And they're like, well, why are you being salty? I say, bitch, why are you talking shit to my face?
I'm just glad I'm getting the views.
I said, hey, thanks for showing up to the stream, and you're like, you suck. Where do we go from there, buddy? Where do we go? Where do you want me to go from there?
Yeah, I mean, exactly.
I'm either going to take it like a bitch and say, you're right, I suck.
I just laugh at it. I don't,
Well, dude, we were talking about how you don't give a fuck about people fucking with you. We don't know. You're missing like some gene there that triggers you where people will tell you stuff and you're just like, yeah, maybe. I was like, I wish I had that. I wish I could just brush it off like nothing.
I'm married, dude. I mean, you can't.
Fair point.
The fuck are you gonna do to me?
Fair point. Nope, I understand. I remember. Fair point.
What are you gonna do to me?
Phil,
it's like Al Bundy at this point,
Phil in chat, Philemon showed up. He said, "Hey Janzer, what's your build?" I think my best response to that was like, "Well, I'm about 5'10", about like 205, 210 on a bad day, depending." I mean, I don't lift or anything, so I don't have that like huge body physique. But at the same time, I'm not like super fat or anything. I've got a little bit of fat on the sides, whatever. Something I could probably run off. But I've had some, So yeah, going on like that. They didn't like that. They didn't appreciate my sarcasm. I wonder why.
I love that. I mean, I
don't know why. They took it like, well, fuck you, dude. I was like, what, dude? It's just a joke. Aren't we playing video games?
Really?
Do you need... Oh, well, my build is I'm wearing blah, blah, blah. So you can tell me that your build is better than mine? I know where you're going with this, you dumb gamer. I know where you're going. They don't like to be bested.
They ask Miss America or Miss Universe, like, what do you wish for the world? And they always say world peace. I'd be like, for people to lighten the fuck up. There.
It's true. It's true.
Oh, man.
Then they probably announced the wrong name of the winner. And,
Oh.
Yeah. And she's like, I really wish for a hamburger, but I can't eat. So, yeah.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. I don't see why you guys even bother with these people in stream. I just ban them. They're not worth the time.
Because it's hard to...
I don't ban people.
The only ban...
I understand other people doing it, but I don't do that.
The only ban that comes is when they get like... They just start throwing a string of obscenities and racist remarks, which The only reason I do that is because they might as well be a bot at that point. They're not even making any logical sense.
That is bannable.
It's just garbage coming out of their mouth. Yeah. Like, and I would try to talk to them, but there's nothing that they can talk to because they're just like. There was one guy that did that recently, and I was like, dude, I'm not even black. I have a webcam.
Other people might be insulted by it, then you may get banned. But I wouldn't ban somebody insulting me personally. I wouldn't.
Right. Well, he was even like, he was just throwing out words. I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. I can't even like, you're not here to like engage anything. I don't even know what you're here. But also, I don't want all that shit in my chat. Sorry, dude. Gone.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I went to that guy's channel, and he was recording videos of himself just spewing out obscenities. I think he either has Tourette's or he's being beaten on a daily basis or something. Because he was like, there was like a video that said like Game of Thrones or whatever, and Game of Thrones is there on the TV he's recording with his phone, and he's just like cursing over it. That fucking game. I'm like, wow, he's got problems. All right, fair enough. It's hard to have that kind of person in your chat when you can't actually interact with them, So, yeah. Fair enough.
Do you follow any YouTubers like that? I like to keep an open mind, never be in an echo chamber, but just follow people on YouTube who they're not entirely stable.
That Say No to Rage guy, me and Graham were one day. I know I've brought this up before, but he like hates people in his Twitch chat most of the time. I mean, it's crazy. He gets so triggered by by any little comment.
So he's basically me, but he has followers.
Well, no. I mean, this guy just asked a question, and he's like, "Why are you bothering me when I'm streaming?" And I'm like, "What?" He acts like you shouldn't be there or something.
Well, yeah, I agree.
You're
with
live streaming.
No, I agree with that guy.
Yeah.
Everyone in chat needs to shut the fuck up. You sit there and watch. Okay? Who's live streaming?
Dude, that Battlestar Galactica chick is fucking hot. Dude.
Right? That's what I'm saying. Folks, we really wish you turned into her. She's super hot.
Watusi just hit it on
Twitter.
I
put it in chat so people could understand what Phil was hoping for that didn't happen.
Big shout out to Watusi. I better shut off.
Big shout out to this lady. I can't remember her name. Anyways.
Count. Jesus Christ.
I want to wrap things up because it's 2:40.
Yeah.
If that's okay with y'all. I played some Battleborn. I got to say, the intro, everyone go watch the intro if you have not seen it. What in the fuck were they thinking? They should have made that cartoon first and then led into the game. They should have done that. They should have done a season of that cartoon. They would have had so much headway over Overwatch that has a bunch of characters with no story.
I like it as well. Yeah.
Oh my God, it was so good. It reminded me of Samurai Jack. Gendy Tartakovsky?
Yes.
That guy? That Star Wars, the good Star Wars Clone Wars, the 2D one.
Yeah.
Powerpuff Girls, the Dexter's Laboratory. Like I said, Samurai Jack, season 3 I think is coming out soon?
Yes.
Oh my God, that art style, fucking good. It really, in fact, I wish that Gearbox would do a Samurai Jack game because they got the style right. They got the style right.
Cool. Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I agree. I like I like the intro on that. That intro is epic.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, unlike Overwatch, it actually sets atmosphere and setting and plot and all that good stuff.
And I want to say this, and I will never admit it again, but the video got more views than any other content that I was putting up recently.
Well, thanks
by like 3 times. Oh yeah, that's true. Good. Count, you were on point. Shit. I should have thought about that. I should have thought about that.
I don't even know what those are.
Obvious.
Oh, whatever.
He didn't want to be showed up. That
I should have. That's true, man. Count, you're good. That's shit. I should have thought about that.
Not really, but.
And then Titanfall 2, I played. I need to play it at another time. I was just not in the right. I don't know. I was not ready to fucking play the game or something because I didn't feel anything. It felt like what I thought it was going to feel like, which is too smooth and too slick. It just didn't have that rough around the edges feel of Titanfall 1. And that's not bad, but it reminded me too much of like a AAA Call of Duty kind of game or something.
Right.
You know? Even the robot character in there, it just reminds me of the robot character in Call of Duty. Yes, they're different. Yes, they're not the same design. But I'm sorry, I'm a dumb gamer when it comes to those kinds of games like Call of Duty. So what I see is the surface level stuff, and they look the same to me, you know? And I was just like, this is not what I wanted. Titanfall 1 had a distinct visceral feel. You know, you got put into a Titan, you got slammed in there, and you're like, all right, the view's going up. All right, let's get going, whatever. And so I need to play the game more. That's all it comes down to. My initial opinion of it means nothing.
And at the right time.
Well, yeah, I was saying, like, there's some movies I don't watch because I know I'm going to be, fuck this movie. You know, I don't want to watch this shit. Somebody recommended it to me. I didn't really want to watch it. I'm not going to go in with a good frame of mind. Like, I stayed away from Deadpool for a long time because I was pissed about people calling Deadpool like amazing. I was like, he's a stupid fucking comic character. You know, why are they making a big deal out of it? Because Ryan Reynolds did a goddamn good job.
Fuck yeah.
He did if he had not done a good job, it would have been the stupid for like tweens or teens that Deadpool was for, you know? Chimichangas.
Well, they got it. They got the character. They
did
made
an
sure
amazing job.
They nailed it.
They gave it depth. And he did an amazing job at
But Ryan Reynolds himself. Here's the thing: unlike other actors, like he cared about the character. He was genuinely passionate about the character. He read Deadpool comics.
That matters.
He loved the character.
That matters. So unlike his performance in Green Lantern, it's true.
Exactly.
Well, how do you do Green Lantern? I didn't think he was the right choice for Green Lantern. For Hal Jordan. Hal Jordan's not a smart-assy character. Not the original Hal Jordan. Now the DC tried to change the character around the movie a little bit. It's not going to work. Comic book fans are smarter than that. You know, the hardcore guys are they can smell that coming a mile away. But he was not the right choice for Hal Jordan. A more serious type actor would have been the right choice. Somebody like Sam Worthington or something like that would have been a much better Hal Jordan. So, but that was like problem 1 out of. That was problem 29 out of 200 with that movie. You know, there was so many problems with the Green Lantern movie, you know.
Yeah.
The actor couldn't save that movie. It was terrible.
Yep. That's all I got. That's it. Battleborn, I will keep playing to get more of I still feel the characters are extremely fucking slow. If they would just amp up the speed of them a bit, that would keep the people that are squirrel brained engaged more, you know. And I'm sorry, I'm a squirrel brainer. It's like, what's that over there? GamerTron asked me like sometime during the week, what are you doing? I was like, well, I've got this, I've got this, I've got this, I've got this. I'm doing all these things, and I'm getting hard to get anything done because I've got 50 things.
Yep.
So my mind is just so fragmented, you know. It's just my attention span is broken. But that's what it is, you know. So they got to kind of cater to that gamer, you know.
Well, there are some characters. There are some characters that are faster than others, and and you can also unlock gear. It's also important that when you level up, you unlock gear that really increases your sprint speed.
But you got to get people in.
Yes.
You know, it's the same way of like, look, I don't want to do clickbait titles, but I do it for the podcast. Why? You got to get people in, and that's the game you got to play.
Exactly.
That's the game you got to play, you know. Unless you're Doom and you just take the fucking world by storm and just shove it down their throat, and they don't. Wait, what was it? Doom is it good? Holy shit! Yeah. Anyways.
Oh man. So this was one hell of a podcast, eh?
Yeah, indeed. Still 2 hours and 47. We can't seem to cut it down.
Yeah.
Just can't seem to cut it down.
Taken away from my Horizon Zero Dawn.
We're getting out of here. Everybody go watch Count play Horizon Zero Dawn. YouTube.
No, I'm going to play it late tonight, probably.
Count Chocula on YouTube.
Take a break.
Follow the Count on Twitter. And Count Chocula on Twitch as well, I think. But I don't know. Are you even streaming to Twitch anymore?
I haven't been. For one, I don't like the quality.
Yeah, fair enough. I agree.
I can go 1080p 60 frames on YouTube. Or
I can't do 1080p.
Now what?
I don't know what the bottleneck is.
Well, I did the other day.
I got 20 megs up.
See, I have 7 megs up, and
fuck?
I've got it set at the minimum. Game Show has some preset. I use Game Show Streamer. It's got some preset YouTube specs where it goes 1080p at 60 frames at 4.2.
4.2 megabit per second. Okay.
Yes.
I can't.
And
I was
that's
doing
the
like
minimum.
8 megabits per second.
It says in parentheses minimum.
Yeah.
So 4.2 is like the minimum you want to stream.
Right. You can
bandwidth
go
you wanna
online
stream
and
at.
you can see what YouTube recommends for their 1080p,
Right.
and they can go high. Twitch can't go high. You
See,
got to go
can't
like
because you're not a
3,000 there.
partner.
Right.
And I there's one little project I am going to start doing on Twitch. It's an IRL thing about comic books, but other
Hell
than
yeah.
that, I'm not going to be doing Twitch streaming. I'm going to be doing YouTube streaming. I like it. I just like it better.
Yes.
Good.
Come to the dark side, everyone.
Yeah. That reminds
wrong
me.
about a great many things. No,
There was a thing about like, is everything okay with the podcast or whatever on Twitter? Because I was like, look at this comic books thing, judge for yourself. And I'm like, look, just
What?
because we may have different about comics, because you talk about one thing, and I was like, well, I'm going to start looking into comics, and I put up something about like, hey, go judge for yourself. Here's a channel. You could check some shit out. I don't know if comic books is ruined, but I don't think so. I think DC has got it, but maybe Marvel hasn't. But
Well,
the whole point.
Books. I mean Marvel. I'm not talking about all comic
Well,
books.
but
No.
here, the point is,
Dark
we don't
Horse is
have the
kicking
same
ass.
opinions here. We just don't, and that doesn't mean,
Right.
oh, the podcast is exploding. Or, oh, they're gonna, I don't know what. No, there's nothing to dig for there. There's no fishing of like fractured whatever. It's just the normal podcast.
I'm clueless right now what you're
just-
talking
just-
about.
just-
Well, there was
I hear what he's talking
yeah,
about.
there
I
was
hear
a
what he's
tweet saying like, "Oh, is everything okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, everything's fine."
Oh,
It just
you mean Psycho?
yeah.
I
I was like, "There's nothing there
he's a great
to."
guy, man.
Yeah,
Great.
he is. And I was like, "Dude, don't try to dig up shit like that. There's nothing there to. It's
I mean-
fine.
I mean,
it's just
me
we don't
and
always
Janser-
agree. Shit.
Yeah, me and Janser had
Yeah.
a ton of disagreements this podcast.
Yes.
Still my friend. Still
And
want
I
to
don't-
talk
last-
to him every
Yeah, I
second
don't
can.
care about your opinions on comic books. I mean, I care. I know I care, but I don't.
But you
care
have
if
your
they're-
own. That's
I
the
don't
whole.
care if they're different than me. That's what I
Right.
meant.
Yeah,
You
but
can
what
like-
Janser doesn't think that they're going down or that they're being whatever, blah blah blah.
You
It's
can like
so
whatever comics you want, and I mean, Marvel's even admitted though that they're stopping this political bullshit. They're going to
Good.
try to change their ways. They understand that that's not what the readers want. Doesn't mean they're necessarily ruined. You can't ruin something like that. You know what I mean? I don't think it's
they apparently
permanently
almost
ruined.
ruined themselves back.
You
I didn't
can-
realize
yeah,
how
you
bad
can
their
hurt
history was.
You can hurt it, but I don't think it's ruined. They'll turn it around.
Yeah, they had
eventually.
gotten into so much bad debt. I didn't know about their history, and I learned a bit about it and how they kind of dug themselves out of it and all that.
But the readers have let their dollars speak. You know,
That's how it should
That speaks.
fucking be, especially in
Volumes,
gaming.
So, yep,
Yes.
All right.
Oh, especially.
yep.
We're out of here.
We are out of here. All right.
Thanks for listening.
Hope y'all enjoyed. Thanks for dropping by.
See ya.
Later.
Perfect.
I don't know if they got that. You probably.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did. I'm shutting it now.